We need to create a timeline of this disrespect. Now, why I want to get this started is because we've had these conversations for a very long time. And every time we have these conversations, we hear the excuse of, well, the reason why immigrants treat you guys this way is because they've heard stereotypes and they listen to stereotypes from their own country. So in their country, they have limited media, they have limited access to the internet, and they only have the perception of you guys that the CIA gives them and things like that. So that's the excuse that they use. So, because they can't deny them coming over here, calling us Akadas, treating us like stereotypes, having this vitriol. So they try to rationalize it or justify it by saying, well, the excuse is that it's the media that has manipulated them, and they were already manipulated, and they're treating you with this preconceived notion that they developed in their homeland. And that is the reason why they treat you this way. Okay. That's been their excuse for years. That's been their excuse for years. I've been calling that out for years. You go back to the Afro Elite channel, okay? I've been calling that out for years. I said that excuse doesn't make any sense. Not in the age of information that we're in now. Not in the age where pretty much everybody got access to the internet. There's internet everywhere in the world. There's people live streaming everywhere in the world. Every which way in the world you go, there's people live streaming. So everybody has access to the internet. Okay. People on TikTok be hitting us up on TikTok from across the world. So that doesn't make any sense. But clips like this further proves my point. All right. Further proves it. Because, and shout out to the Daily Wrap Up crew, them brothers. Shout out to them. They be doing what they got to do. They have pretty much millennials. And I said this back, on YouTube. All right. Pretty much besides a few guests, you've had, Frank Zanu, and you've had Dave Anderson, you've had Tariq, Dr. Umar. So you've had people on there who are not of the millennial generation, but for the most part, the guests that they have on their platform are millennials, right? These women here, let me move this so y'all can. Nah, I ain't gonna move it. Yeah, on the Daily Wrap Up crew, and they've been spewing a bunch of anti-Black American xenophobia. All right, and the fact that they keep posting this, it debunks the narrative that the xenophobia that we face is due to the manipulation of the media, because these people go watch the same movies we watch, have access to the same internet, have access to YouTube. They have access to the same concerts. They have access to the same everything we have access to. They also have access to. Even if they live in their own enclaves, they still live in America. I'm talking about people who are born and raised in America. All right. So despite the little enclaves they lived in, they don't have the excuse that they never experienced us before, or they believe the stereotypes because they didn't know better. They don't have the I didn't know better excuse, which I've never bought from anybody. But with them, they don't have that excuse. All right. And to be very honest with you, when you guys hear foundational Black Americans online and they be all like, okay, well, you know what? We're going to have to get on y'all then. Then you got people coming up talking about, oh, well, this is xenophobia and you guys are spewing YT supremacist rhetoric. That's what they say. Oh, all this xenophobia and YT supremacist rhetoric that you all spew, right? This stuff is a response. Okay, because this woman right here, that's why I made her the bigger picture. She was up there for no reason, just unwarranted, no reason whatsoever. Nasty stank attitude. Be all refer to them as dirty Black Americans, or us as dirty Black Americans, right? No, there was nothing provoking her. They didn't even start the conversation yet. She just sat down. It's not like they said something to trigger her and then she all like, all right, okay, I'm gonna go there. She just sat down and she said it multiple times. And he was all like, oh, I mean, if you're offended, okay. If you're offended, all right. Trying to be a smart ass, fine. Then We was talking about the rumors about Haiti, and best believe out of all the Caribbeans, y'all got rumors. Y'all got the worst rumors. Y'all got the worst stereotypes. Y'all got the worst of everything out of all the Caribbean. And if we was to go there with y'all, then it would be, man, FBA, why y'all hate on everybody? Why FBA? Y'all are so hateful and xenophobic and all this xenophobia and all this. No, no. Okay? Because y'all have been doing this stuff, and this is coming from millennials. This is not coming from older people who are stuck in their ways and they don't know any better. This is coming from people who don't have an excuse. They do know better, and they do this. And you wonder why y'all act like it's xenophobic to delineate. No. Okay? So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the current generation, the millennials. These people are younger than 40, all of them. All right. So real quick, ZZ, have you seen this? After ZZ gives her opening statement, then BX is going to set the decorum of the room, and then we can come up or we can allow guests to get their word in. Shout out to our brother Dave. Also, if you guys agree or disagree, y'all make sure y'all still tap the screen, hit that like button, and come up and let's have a conversation. All right. We back. It's been a minute, but we back.
We up in here, so it matters. So glad to be here. So glad to be back. Hello, BX. How are you, darling?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Black History Month to everybody in the chat. Yes, it's
Happy
good to
Black
be up in
History
here.
Month. Happy Black American History Month because they're trying to really appropriate Black History Month.
They have been foundational Black American Heritage Month. Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. I'm glad we coming back with this. We come back with the right energy. Cause yeah, I seen that clip of that sister. I don't even want to say sister. I seen that clip of that tether up on the brothers podcast, Daily Wrap Up Crew, and yeah, she tried to kind of double back on it and say, oh well, because one of the brothers was like, well, you said dirty Black Americans. What you mean dirty Black Americans? And she said, well, yeah, just like dirty Haitians. And one of the brothers up there was like, oh, yes, well, she said dirty Haitians. So, I mean, she, like, trying to make it like, so, okay, well, she keeping the same energy, the same anti-blackness with everybody. So it's not, especially towards Black Americans, which is egregious within itself, but also untrue. Because just like her and the other tethers, Frank Zano, we've seen that, who was on this podcast as well, they try to make it seem like if you spread the anti-blackness out to everybody, you're not as anti-black as they're trying to make it out to be. You're just, it's kind of like how the conservatives do. You're just, you're just going with the facts. You're going with even though you're cherry picking facts to create an anti-black narrative. But they try to use that to make it seem like they don't have any real xenophobia or vitriol towards Black Americans, when really you're using them as a catalyst to come for Black Americans, these other groups, because Black Americans are the blackest people on the planet. Okay, we got other people wanting to be and being proud of being Black. So when you are doing that the root of that anti-blackness is rooted in anti-Black Americanness as well. So yeah, I don't trust anybody who keeps that same energy, even if you're not going to talk about Black Americans. Anybody who's speaking down on Black people or melanated people in that way, in such a light, especially while you're on somebody else's homeland, okay, and benefited off somebody else's culture and clearly indulging in somebody else's culture because she don't look like where she come from. Then yeah, that's highly disrespectful. We got a problem right there. I got a problem with you no matter what group you're talking about, but especially for foundational Black Americans, okay? But I see the anti-blackness, and that's prevalent within most of these tethers, which is why we got to get them up out the paint and expose them. Shout out to them brothers for staying on code and calling her out on that, because again, just like the other sisters, I've seen the rest of them clips as well with these other three tethers up here as well. All of them have similar rhetoric. All of them feel the same way. And at the end of the day, it's because they don't rock with us. They do not like their own melanation. And they don't like the fact that we're so proud of ours. Okay. So yeah, it's a lot of anti-blackness and internalized anti-black racism within them. They can't be trusted. It is what it is. And I'm not the type to try to reform. You can reform if you want to. I'm focused on the children. They're going to have to learn on their own. I ain't got time.
All right. We're going to get the conversation started. Thank you very much for that. Let's get to, first off, let me give you a breakdown real quick, BX. After this, you can set the decorum. This woman, the big picture right here, she's Haitian. She was on a podcast recently, is going viral on Instagram and Twitter and all that, where they asked where she's from. She said, Haiti. Everybody's cool. And then she asked, where are you from? I'm a Black American. And then she was like, dirty black American. And everybody's like, what is that? Yeah, just, oh, you're a dirty black American. That the dirty black American girl, that's this girl. The other girl up at the top, she's also Haitian. She was the one who said she couldn't date a black American because we don't have culture. Haitians have the culture. And if it wasn't for 1804, we wouldn't be free. Okay. And we, as black Americans, we don't have no culture, which is, I guess, a thing that y'all really, really do think. Cause she said it, the other girl said it, Kai Cenat said it. So I don't know what's going on with Haiti feeling like y'all got some culture points on us, but okay. These two girls are African and was talking about how we didn't know. Essentially, we don't have a culture either. We didn't know where we were from in Africa, and so we don't belong nowhere, and we're lost people, all that. So I just want you to have a breakdown of all of the women here. BX, can you set the decorum, and then we're gonna get the room started.
Yeah, I just want to say this first. She said that in a room full of men dressed in Black American women's aesthetics, right? They don't dress like that in Haiti, nor do they have the resources to, right? So she said it in a safe space for her. And only one, it seemed like they were kind of enamored with her, except for the one who was primarily speaking up from the clip that I said. But I'm over them because Haiti, for me, is the one that started the diaspora tension, because it's never a WAR, right? And that Haitian you pointed out, besides the one who said dirty black Americans, is the one that kicked it off for me. Then the Ukadians jumped, then the other Caribbeans, and then the Africans. That's how it was from my viewpoint.
If I do drop you, because we do have a lot of people who request, if I do drop you, don't take it personal. And it doesn't mean you can't come back. I just want to be able to cycle. And I'll let you know. I'll give you a warning. I'll let everybody speak. But if I do drop you, that's just so I can bring somebody up. That's after you spoke. All right. So we'll get to Nappy, and then we'll get to Melissa. This will be the first two. So Nappy. Okay, well, Nappy's not ready. Let's get to Melissa.
Hello to everyone on the panel and in chat. Glad to see you, Afro Elite and BX. Yes, it's been a minute, but hey, I was on a couple of panels just kind of stepping into the spaces and seeing what the hoopla was about, and I asked them a question, which was, why does it upset them so much that we're calling ourselves FBA? What? And that they couldn't even answer. Like, what different does it matter to you what we're calling ourselves? It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you at all. So, of all of the YT people not having a problem, Asians not having a problem, is people who look like us just having a problem that we are, delineating ourselves. We're doing exactly the same thing they do when they come into America, and we're just separating ourselves, working on ourselves, and getting our house in order. And they could not answer why they are so upset. The ones who look like us are so upset that we're delineating ourselves from them, which is what they do when they come over here. Like when something happens that is good on their side, they say, oh, we're Nigerian, or we're Jamaican, or we're Ghanaian, And I agree. We do need to separate ourselves, because when something bad happens now, it's not just pitched on, oh, Black Americans are doing this, Black Americans are doing that. So now when something happened, the news is saying exactly who did it. Now they're just not just lumping it all on Black Americans. They're now delineating as well and saying this was done by whatever immigrant that it was done by. They're not just dumping everything on us. And that's kind of all I want to say. We need to just keep on saying, and the movement is not a movement. It is who we are. We've named ourselves numerous times. We've been named as in the very beginning. We were colored, we were Negro, we were this, we were that. we keep identifying ourselves because we can. And if we can't identify ourselves, who can? You know, no one else can tell us who we are. We already know who we are. We can delineate if we want to delineate. And that's all I want to say.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to get to Maria. Mariah. We're going to get to Mariah.
Yeah, Maria. Thank you.
Maria. Okay, Maria.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing me up. How's everyone going? Hope everyone's
We're
okay.
good. Yep, we're good. We're good.
I'll just start with, I guess, yeah, obviously my name is Maria. I'm 28, East African, Kenyan and Ugandan. So in regards to, I guess, the topic, I don't, let me just firstly start with, what Afro has said. I don't condone anything that these people have done or said and whatnot, you know. My whole thing, I guess, is unity, and I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. I've been in a lot of live chats with FBAs and whatnot, and yeah, it's not it. I think honestly, personally, that yes, I believe that Black Americans have a different culture to Africans. And Africans in general have different, like my culture in general, like East African culture, or even just my country, Kenya and Uganda, is different to West Africa and South Africa and so on and so forth, right? I know that it's different. What I think what my thing is, what I don't understand is why are we dividing so much? Like dividing, like to say yes, Black Americans have a different culture. Yeah, valid completely. I agree with that. But I just feel like historically, right, the white people have divided us in general, but now we're coming to the point where we're doing it to ourselves. So let's say for example, a World War III or whatever happened, right? If you had put if you were to put Black Americans, the Caribbean, the whole of Africa, Indigenous Australians, which are Black, and South Americans together, we would be the second majority, second to Asians, if we were to unite. But what I found in research and conversations and whatnot is that we are the only race, call it that. I know it's a construct, but let's say race, right? We're the only race that continue to divide and divide and divide and fight against one another. We don't unite at all. And
Okay.
what is happening? What is happening? Sorry, I'm almost done. What is happening? What has happened, and what is happening to Black Americans? Same thing that has happened worldwide, right? Like to Black people, and we have diverse experiences, different experiences, but yet similar experiences, right? In regards to it. Look, at the end of the day,
All
if
right.
you're
And
born Black.
let me jump because you've said a lot, so I want to have a
Oh, sorry.
conversation with
I
what
just
you
had
said.
one before I lose my train of thought. I promise. Give me 20 more seconds, and I'm done. I
All
promise.
right.
So in regards to Black people, regardless of where you come from, right? Like where you are born or whatever, where you migrate to. In regards to Black people, the world hates us. They hate us even breathing in general, and that's the truth. That is the absolute truth, and I know that you guys know that. So
Okay.
I'll land my plane, and yeah, you
All
can
right.
respond. Thank you.
Well, here's the thing. You were born in America, I take it, right? Or raised in
Mm-hmm,
America?
mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's the thing. If the world hates us, then why do we experience such xenophobia from you guys? I'm not saying, here's the thing. What we don't do is we don't belittle other people's suffering. All right. Hold on. Let me mute because there's a little background noise. We don't have to do that. Culturally, we've never done that. Culturally, we've always had empathy and recognized the suffering and the subjugation of other people and done our best to help them. All right. So trust me, I understand that. I study history. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a historian yet, but I do study a lot of history of a lot of different people. We've always acknowledged that, and we've always tried to do our best to help, to do our best to raise awareness to other people's issues. We've always done that. So if we're all in the same boat, and this is one thing that I want to ask you about, if we're all in the same boat, why do we not experience that type of unity coming from immigrants? The preaching of unity is only done towards foundational Black Americans, which is why you're getting such a rejection from it, because it's gotten to this point where if you're only going to preach to one group of people to have unity, people are going to completely reject it. So now you have this adverse, almost angry reaction every time you hear, every time a foundational Black American hears unity. It's immediate shutdown. It's an immediate no, because the unity that you're speaking of is not genuine. Okay. And I'm not even talking about you particularly, but people who come up and talk about unity, they're not talking about unity on the other side, who the other side actually starting the situation. In these situations, none of these brothers disrespected them. None of these brothers said anything that would trigger what they've said. The xenophobia and the bigotry that they said, none of them said anything about their homelands, about their countries, about their families, about anything, about their culture, nothing. And they initiated it. And the unity is not preached to the initiators of the issue. The unity is only preached to people who defend themselves and who are now starting to clap back and push back against all of the xenophobia that we have been facing. All right. So
Can I
that's the thing when it
can I
comes to,
respond?
I'm
Sorry.
almost done.
Oh,
That's the
sorry.
thing when it comes to unity, because
All
we
right.
have so many people come up on our platforms and they talk about why can't we all get along and we all should stick together and all that. When immigrants have their platforms, when Haitians, Nigerians, when they be having their platforms and they drag FBA down, nobody goes in there and talks about unity. They go in there and anytime anybody goes viral for speaking against FBA, I don't see no immigrant in the comments talking about unity. Okay, they be all FBA is a hate group, FBA is a cult, FBA is xenophobic, FBA is MAGA, FBA is this. No immigrant is in the comment talking about can't we all get along? Can't we all unify? Okay, they're all in the comments agreeing with them. The only time the word unity even pops in their mind is when they're having a conversation with us, which is not real unity. What y'all want from us is to stand down. What y'all want from us is to turn the other cheek under the guise of unity. Okay. And that's what people are not going to do no more.
Okay. Can I respond? Is that
Go
okay?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I completely disagree with you and everything you just said.
Okay.
And I'll let you know why. First of all, you've done a lot of generalization. And you keep saying y'all, which obviously is a plural, and you're saying, is there a group of African people that they have xenophobia towards Black Americans? Yes,
Okay.
right. But it's also, and I agree with that. Yes, but it's also the other way, right? It's like a conversation, right? A conversation cannot happen, or a debate cannot happen, or argument cannot happen without two parties being involved in it. It's coming from both ways. That's the first thing that I wanted to say.
No,
Second,
that's not true.
Yeah,
That's not
that's
true.
not
That's
true.
yeah,
not true.
yeah,
No,
because
that's not
I
true.
I see
That's
Mute
not
up,
true.
Mariah.
Let's
Mariah,
not
all
do
mute
right,
that.
up. Mute
all
up,
right,
Mariah.
all right.
Mariah, mute up. Mute up. Mute up.
That's not
Well,
true. And this
I
is
So,
another
so,
problem
so
I
about
was
the
I,
mute up.
unity thing, because y'all
thank you.
y'all
Go
always
ahead,
try to make it
Mariah.
seem like it's a 50-50 thing, and it's
It's
not.
not.
I just gave you an example by saying these brothers didn't do it. They invited them to their platform. Nobody knows who these women are, and nobody is going to. Okay. If it wasn't for these brothers, people know who they are, they invite them on their platforms. Okay. And they started it. So we're not going to make it seem like, well, we don't really know who started it. It is 50-50. No, we do. Let's not do that. Continue. All right. And you said generalizing. You've been generalizing. You said black people can't get together. Black people can't get along. That's generalizing.
I'm like, that's funny. She said that. I'm like,
Come on, lad. So I mean, if we're gonna be specific, let me be specific. Immigrants. Let me be that specific. Okay, instead of saying y'all, let me just say immigrants. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So in regards to that, you've just said that it's in regard to who started it and who didn't start it. That's not the point, I believe. The point is, and I've seen these lives, like FBA lives, and I've also seen African lives and whatnot. And what you said, that you don't see people in the comment section or in the lives, like holding them accountable and whatnot. That's not true. That I, in my experience and in what I've seen, that's not true. People are holding people accountable, and like I said to you, in regards to what you said with the people behind you, I don't condone their behavior at all in any sense of the word. I don't. However, regardless of who started this whole diaspora war or whatever that keeps going on, because this has been happening for what, like 4+ years from what I've seen. It's been continuous. And you also said that we only, as an African, only preach unity to FBAs. From I'm just speaking on personal experience. I preach unity to everyone.
Okay.
Everyone from the diaspora. I want us all to come together, and at the end of the day, what they've done is not okay. And I hold everyone accountable, but I think we have to get to the point where it's not of who started it or whatever it is. It's both ways. I've seen lives
Okay.
continuously with FBAs saying this and that, and also Africans saying this and that
Okay.
and whatnot. Right?
Here's the thing.
It's
Let's
happening.
because we got a lot of people who want to speak. We got a lot of people who want to speak. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Every time we have this conversation, and I want you to listen, so we going forward, you will remember this. Every time we have a conversation and I start saying things and I start giving receipts about what started it, who started it, and I start giving examples, people try to dismiss that by saying, well, in my experience, I've seen this, I've done this, I do this, I do this. I'm not talking about and I'm going to say maybe your experience is true, maybe it's not. But when y'all try to say in my experience, that doesn't disregard the collective experience. When I speak about y'all, I'm talking about the collective experience. You might have seen it. However, there are several videos that are viral where nobody is disagreeing with hating on FBA. Okay, we've been doing this for years. When FBA gets drugged, all of the unity people cease to exist. All of the can't we all get along people cease to exist. All of the Pan-African people cease to exist. It's only when we say something about y'all, immigrants, let me not generalize, immigrants, do the unity people come out? Do the Pan-African people come out? Do the can't we all get along people come out? Do the police see us the same people come out? That's the only time, and there's hundreds of people in the chat room who collectively can contest to that. So just moving forward, just understand we're talking about the collective experience of our lineage and how we've been treated by everybody else.
But do you?
No,
Can I
can
ask
we
you a
wrap
question?
her
Is that
up?
okay?
Like she
Yeah.
been
No,
taking a
just
We're
one
about to
long
question.
move
time.
Just
on.
one
We're about to
question.
move
Sorry.
on. We're about to move on. We're about to move on. So
Just one
that's
question. Sorry.
No
yeah,
questions, ma'am. Did
ma'am.
she just give a
That's
submission like an
that's
engine bang
thank you,
that
ma'am.
plane?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I did tell you I was gonna say that and move on. I did tell you that. So we got to move on. So we're gonna get to. So hold on, don't do that. We're gonna get to Samantha.
Hey Afro, thanks
How
for
you
having
doing?
me back. Peace to the panel. Hey ZZ, peace to you,
Hey.
BX. Um,
Please.
I'm so happy that we're having this conversation, especially about these four young ladies that's on the screen, because I've been seeing them a lot. The thing about them is they want our rhythm, but they did not fight for our blues. You know what I mean? They are so used to cosplaying us. Yes, yet they love to low key denigrate us at the same time. And now that we're delineating, they are angry and they're saying the quiet part out loud. They realize that they can't ride under that flat blackness, you know what I'm saying, anymore. So you know, with what the young lady who just dropped down, what she to get to what she was just saying earlier today, I had a Haitian gentleman for whatever reason jump into my DM. And he was talking about, I don't know, he viewed my profile or something. He was talking about, how we should, get along and be, peaceful. We're all one people. The whole thing that they like to do, one boat stop away and all of that stuff, even though we were already here, most of us, and we all know that. But then I was like, well, you know what? Let's talk about this. I asked him, what does he think about reparations for us? And then he went into the we all stuff. And then I said to him, well, here's the thing. This is the thing why we're delineating, and here's the reason why. One of the main reasons are because of our, reparations claims and things like that. He went into a spiel. He was like, oh, don't tell anyone. But during COVID, a lot of the people in my community and other community, remember, he's Haitian, and the African community with stuff would speak against our reparations claim. I was like, well, okay. And he said that he was married to an FBA woman. I was like, well, if you're married to an FBA woman, then your children are by ethnic, then, your wife and your children could possibly, benefit, from our fight and our plight and our reparations claim. I said, so why don't you reach out to your people when you see online, you just mentioned to me, you admitted that the people denigrate us and talk against us and are, actively trying to speak out against, what we're fighting for. Won't you talk against them and talk to your community, make videos about talking against your community? His response to me was LOL. You just LOL. I was confused to where I was like, so you really, and I said, you prove my point as to why we need to delineate from you guys, because you're not for us. We are all we have. We don't have any allies. You said you had an FBA wife. He was like, well, I love the culture and I just can't get away from you guys. But yet and still, they have no love for it. Do you understand what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I wanted to add to this conversation.
That's interesting, man. Okay, that's interesting. First off, a married man sliding in your DMs like that anyway is something else. Red flag,
Oh,
ain't it?
I didn't think about it that way. I didn't think about it
Unless he
that
was trying to talk to you about some like a video or a business, or what was he trying to do in your DMs like that? You know, so I got a wife, just don't
No,
tell her.
it
Like,
was really
okay, all right,
random because I just saw the
Yeah.
message in my thing and he said something and then he started talking about unity and then like I said, I guess
oh,
he
it was
viewed my
okay,
profile. Yeah. And so,
okay,
yeah, I told him to stay out of it, but that's how the conversation went. So yeah, I don't want to put the man on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? But I
okay,
just, yeah.
yeah, but yeah, all of that unity stuff, and then when it comes to calling them out, they don't want to do that. And when it comes to calling them out, they want to make it seem like it's 50-50. So there's nothing that they should be doing on their end. The unity, they want to preach the unity to us on our end. They want us to initiate this unity, but they don't want to do anything. We're going to get the conversation flowing. We still got people who want to come up and speak, so we're going to keep going. Let's get to Momo.
Piece of the panel, piece of the host. Yeah, all we heard from the girl that dropped down was a bunch of tether babble. There's no unity amongst the 54 countries that's over there on that landmass called Africa now. They never want to talk about what started the delineation, right? It's because of the the commentary we were getting from them, calling us lazy, right? Telling us we're not going to amount to anything. We're lazy. We're not being grateful for the things that the white man is giving us and all this other stuff. So they came under here as this buffer class and this good citizen role, knowing that they could be shipped back to whatever country or pie hole they came from, right? They want to be us, and that's what it comes down to. And the delineation comes, it's because of the attitude that they have about us. We didn't accept them on this flat blackness. That was something that was created with the political social construct here in America. There was no census amongst the indigenous black Americans that were here that said, hey, yeah, we'll accept everybody, and when they come over here they all call themselves black and we'll be together. There's no togetherness over there. If they hate it so bad or don't like us to this effect, they can go back home. This is our shit that we've been fighting for before they came over here, and we'll fight now and when they leave. as they getting tossed up to and fro from up out of this country. They never want to start from when it started with them. And that's the problem. The delineation is important because I need to know who my people are. Just because we have or share melanin doesn't mean that we're the same. They don't take this up with the New Zealanders or the Aborigine from Australia or the Polynesians and the Melanesians over there in the Pacific Island. Don't nobody try to tell those folks that they're African. They only do that to us. We the ones that have been misnomered and reclassified and gone through the paper erasure and removal. We've been here. This our shit. We're not picking up in mass loads going over there to any one of them 54 countries and telling them folks what we should do over there or this is how they should be labeled and identified. We don't do that. The ones that do pick up and have gone and created something over there, they follow the rules and regulations in them countries. They don't try to take it and tell them what they're going to do when they get over here or try to circumvent them and undermine their accomplishments and what they're fighting for. They're tribal people over there and we're tribal people here and we've been that way. It's just we got the internet and everything else now that's getting the information out there to the masses and faster, right? We've accumulated more in time and with money and resources and having access to things. But this conversation ain't new. My grandmother and my great grandmother and my great grandmother, they've been telling us who we were. And they ain't never been attached to us being no African. And I ain't about to let nobody label me something that my grandmother and my grandfather and them, who I was around to hear and see them pass this around in family reunions and stuff, tell us who we are. I land.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Let's get to. I'm gonna see Nappy. Are you here? Well, then you're just taking up a spot, Nappy. So we're gonna have to let you go. All right then. So with that being said, we can move to Southside Jew.
Yep.
Yep.
So, all right. So first off, I'm gonna start with saying like, the lady, I don't agree with what she said. It wasn't right. But I do feel like
One
FBI.
moment. What is your ethnic group?
I'm Nigerian,
Thank you.
but I do feel
You're a
like,
first generation Nigerian?
yeah.
Okay.
But I do feel like, first of all, like, yeah. So when it comes to xenophobia, with first generation immigrants or whatever, it's not y'all generalizing it because I rarely ever see xenophobic people within like my age group and like first gen immigrants and stuff like that. So feel me? So I feel like that y'all got a victim mentality and don't take accountability. Cause from what she sounded like she was responding to just hatred that y'all spew online. Cause every time I'm going through TikTok panels and all that, I just hear nothing but hatred towards Africans and Caribbeans and all that. So
Oh, so
it
you
just
don't.
sounds like a
So
response.
okay. Y'all got very selective hearings. I gotta say,
Yeah.
y'all hearings and y'all algorithms is very selective. And hold on, sir. Thank you. Because you first came up. Well, now I don't agree, but I really don't be seeing us do anything. But I see y'all. Y'all be beating us up all the time. I see what y'all do to us. Oh wow, really? Okay. We the ones with the victim mentality, but you complaining about how we treating y'all, but y'all don't be doing nothing to nobody.
I mean, it's a
We
response.
we got these videos going viral every other day of people in your generation, first gen immigrants
So what's another
going
video?
viral every day. Hold on, sir. It's not your time to speak. First gen immigrants going viral every other day. All right. Talking about how trying to fake flex on us, denigrating us, talking about us, all of that stuff, disrespecting us. You don't want to see, apparently you don't see that.
Nah, I
You got
don't.
selective hearing and selective vision. You don't see that. You don't hear that. You don't see no evil, hear no evil. But you only see when we say stuff about y'all. What do we say about y'all, huh?
Cause y'all be loud and proud when y'all say it.
What
I
do we
mean
say?
what y'all
What do we
say.
say?
Yeah,
What do we say? What is the
Y'all super
xenophobia?
xenophobic.
Hold on.
Y'all
What is the xenophobia that we say? I want
A
to hear
lot of it's
this.
a lot of xenophobic stuff that y'all say towards
Tell
Africans.
me.
It's
Tell
prompts.
me the
First of all,
xenophobia.
hold on. First of all, it's prompts that be staying Africa. Go, y'all be talking about. Oh, y'all fleers. Y'all be fleeing y'all country.
That's
Y'all.
xenophobia.
That's
That's a
it.
lot of
That's
That's
xenophobia.
just
Hold
Now,
on, y'all be
hold
a
on,
fleeing.
hold
matter
on,
of fact.
everybody.
Hold on,
Black person said that.
hold on. Let me finish.
Everybody, everybody,
Let me
hold on,
finish.
pause.
Let me finish.
It's 400. Everybody pause. It's 400 people in the room. Y'all make sure y'all follow. Y'all make sure y'all tap the screen and all of that stuff. Send the gifts, send the likes, send the shares, all of that. All right. Make sure y'all do all of that good stuff. Okay.
Hold on, let me finish. Y'all be saying, right? Y'all be fleeing from y'all shithole word for word. I hear this all the time from people like y'all. Y'all be fleeing from y'all shithole countries, right?
Now hold
Y'all
on,
be
hold
We
on.
y'all
got to
I
culture,
love. Hold on, hold
y'all don't
on,
know how to
hold on. Stop. I love how you can use y'all because you was just preaching about generalizing. That's the first thing you said, that we be generalizing immigrants. But then when we say something,
I mean, I'm
y'all be
talking
doing
about a
this and y'all
small
be
group
doing
of
this and
people.
y'all be doing this and y'all be doing this. Y'all don't mind generalizing when it's us. But okay, go ahead. Go ahead. What do we be saying? Because calling you a fleeing your country is stating a fact of reality. That is not xenophobia.
Talking down on a country, saying that how our countries are shitholes, this and that. And I'm not even talking about all of y'all. I'm saying a small group of people claiming to be this quote unquote FBA nonsense. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking
See
about.
the disrespect? Nonsense. See the disrespect? But you said it's not everybody putting you down. People are literally shitting in the streets in Nigeria.
I mean,
Let
I
me
can
tell
say
you,
the
is
same
it
thing
not?
we
about
gonna
y'all
get
Right?
into
too.
the
And I'm going to
details.
talk to the host. I don't
Nobody's
want to
shitting in the
talk to
streets in
you.
America.
You're a fleer. I don't talk to fleers. Right? So, Afro, you know why they never see what they do? Because they feel it's normal. What I want to know from a Nigerian and a Haitian is why nobody wants y'all in their country. Ghana is putting them out. South Africa's putting them out. St. Kitts never said Haitians can't even go there because of the security risk. I think it's the Bahamas or something putting out the Haitians too. Y'all are like the pest of the whole globe, and you over here preaching the foundational Black Americans. And we don't do half the shit that y'all do here in our own homeland. They literally need to get some pooper scoopers, go clean that up and potty train them adults before talking to us. Period. When the parents say, I'm gonna send you to Nigeria if you keep acting up, they start crying and making videos. But it's us. He know his country's a shithole. It's facts. And they don't see what they do to us because they think it's normal. He think it's normal to call us slave babies and say our ancestors came here and changed and ain't built nothing. You know what I'm saying? They think it's
Yeah,
normal.
he opened up talking about we got a victim mentality.
Yep.
We got a victim mentality, sir. You wouldn't be here. You talk about victim mentality. Go to Nigeria and let's talk about how hardworking they are. See, that's the problem. When y'all sit up there and talk about victim mentality, while you're living in the privilege off of work of other people. You're living in the privilege off of work and suffering and building of people who are not yours, not your ancestors. Okay. You and your family, if you're first gen, you and your family are living off of the sacrifice and the hard work and innovation and grit of other people. Okay, in the righteousness of other people to enjoy this. Or you
Wait,
want to
I
talk
didn't take
about
that
these
from y'all.
people
I didn't
have
take that from. I
that's
didn't take
enough.
that away from
No,
y'all. I
no,
didn't
no,
take
you
that away from
did.
y'all.
Yes, you did.
No, I
Yes, you
did
did.
not.
Yes,
No,
you
I did
did.
not. I'm talking
Yes,
about
you stop
FBA
talking. Stop
specifically. I'm
talking
talking
when I'm
about
talking,
FBA
dude.
specifically,
No,
bro. What are you
no,
talking about?
no, no, don't talk when I'm talking, dude. You ain't tough. Don't do that.
In New York
Okay.
being a
The
tether.
whole, and I want y'all to understand the
They
whole,
be the biggest
y'all
trouble.
got a victim mentality. Y'all got a victim mentality. And then watch when we bring up anything in y'all country, y'all get super sensitive. Y'all, oh my God, that's xenophobic. That's xenophobic. That's xenophobic. But y'all will go on viral videos talking about the victim mentality, how we need to do better, how we don't have no culture, how we don't have this. And y'all don't see, like he said, oh, which is a lie. Like he said, y'all don't even see it. Y'all don't even be doing it. I disagree here or there. Y'all only disagree when we bring it up, but y'all never call it out. Like I was talking to old girl. Y'all don't call it out. You are a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Y'all will sit up there and condone it, and then when we say something, y'all want to come up there and talk about xenophobia. You are
Bro,
a perfect example of what I was talking to old girl about why this unity shit ain't working.
Yo, BX, and you eat my dick, I will slap the shit out you
Oh
talking about
hell
something I'm
no! Get
not
the
tough.
fuck out
Suck
of here
my
with
dick,
that shit.
respect.
I'm laughing at you.
You ain't disconnect him.
Corn-
He
Get
ain't
the
gonna
fuck
Yo,
do
out.
he a whole
nothing. Do you know how many
cornball.
black
The
Americans
hell
are
He
with
been
And
saying,
that.
oh,
waiting.
well, I
He been
told you,
waiting
he's
for
right
some.
there,
He was
Queens,
waiting
right
for some space
Southside,
right there for him to
Jamaica,
say
Queens.
that.
By the time you let
That's
me
where he at.
gangster.
Shut up, because I'm going to always remember your name. I'm going to always remember your voice, and I'm going to always see you before you see me. And my whole family's here, nigga.
Okay,
And
Nick.
also he responded, and also he meant the videos that he was mentioning is response videos to what they say about us. So he can miss us with all that. Those are response videos that he
You
was talking
know.
about.
He knows they play dumb. Tethers are the best. I think
First off,
Tethers
and
are
I want
probably the
us to
best people
understand
in
the
right
whole,
now.
when we talk about this diaspora tension, people call it diaspora war, all of that. When we talk about that stuff, people make it seem like this just happened out of nowhere a few years ago. No, this has been a thing for a long time. And now people have platforms to speak on it. But these things have been an issue. These things have been being said. People are talking about their lived experience. They ain't talking about something that just happened because we got TikTok. Now people have TikTok and people have a platform to speak on it. But all this stuff, this is old stuff. These are old issues that we're speaking on now. So this all like, I don't know where this started from. Everybody was getting along. No, everybody was not. Y'all been saying that, and now we just been calling it out. All right. Folks been saying it. Now this is boiled up to now everybody is speaking on it. It's not a new issue. All right. Let's continue. We got a whole bunch of people want to speak now. Okay. Let's get you. We're gonna get to Fly, and then we'll get you Yeezy.
Hey, family.
I'm gonna have
First
to
of
cycle
all,
in a little bit after you Fly. I'm gonna have to cycle the panel so I can get some more people in here. But go ahead, Fly.
okay, bro. First of
By me,
all
G.
that all that mess about talking about we started this mess. You all came from Africa and all these other countries with this hate and racism towards Black America. Because guess what? You all thought that the Democrats had your back and they told y'all and you all felt you were better than Black Americans. Came over here pointing the finger. We still was supporting you all, getting our brains pulled out by you all. Were people going in y'all restaurants, but not me. Never ate nothing from you, never ever will. Second of all, they was buying them clothes, doing everything. You people y'all can't name two things y'all have did with Black Americans in 50 years. Not two things. Second of all, you all came here trying to point the finger when y'all over there shitting all over the street like you're crazy. We do not owe you people nothing. You had nurses coming over here talking about how much they HAT Black Americans. Y'all got even louder because we didn't support that nothing ass Essen fest. Okay? That's why you all got louder and we spoke up for ourselves. We do not owe Africa or Africans not a damn thing. Haitians, Cubans, none of y'all. We don't owe none of y'all nothing. See, all that hate and racism you brung, keep it. Cause guess what? We feel you now. We understand exactly what you're saying. We not never coming back. I'm not. And I know I speak for a lot of more of my people. We are never coming back. Stay away from us. Leave us alone. We do not care. Whatever you all are going to do it. But leave us out of it. How you going to argue about somebody you all been showing hate to for 50 years in the United States? And over there in Africa, y'all ain't doing nothing but harming our people. That's all you doing, harming our people. Look at the elder with her dog. She gave up everything over here in the United States, retired. Over there, y'all robbed her, unalived her, and her dog, and robbed her. Get out of here. Who you think you playing with? You over there tearing our people buildings down, houses down that they put up over there. And you all ain't no good. You scammers, you fools. Stay away from us. I don't care. I'm over y'all. At the end of the day, you brung this hate, and guess what? We're tired of it. We're not coming out in them streets for nobody and nothing. And I land.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. We're gonna keep the room flowing, so we're gonna get to Yeezy, but I'm gonna have to cycle some people out because a lot of people want to come up. So we're gonna keep good stuff going. Appreciate you. Yeezy, you got it. Peace to you, brother. Where you from? Your microphone is real messed,
Not me.
bro. Your microphone is real messed up, man. I don't know what's. All right, well we don't. Yeah,
It looks like they're on mute. Who is that talking, Afro?
I don't know.
I thought it
Everybody
was
on mute from
you.
what I'm seeing. I don't know what's going on.
Ray, who's talking?
Who
What's your
is that?
name?
You?
Who is
What's your
speaking right
name?
now?
What the hell is going on?
Okay, no, we're just not doing that.
Yeah.
If we asking you a question and you not responding to the question, and nope, it don't. No, we're just gonna move on.
So I
We're
could
not
go.
here for that.
Let me go ahead. Get Boz out the way. I want to be a moderator like ZZ, big ZZ up there. But I got a
Co-host.
bowl to
Be
chop
extra
off.
mind.
I
Go
got
ahead.
something to chop off with y'all. So, Afro, Mr. Elite, I'm mad at you
Okay.
only because you missing at least 100 more people that done said something about us in their panel. That's the only thing. Only thing. And then quick story, man. I'm from East Atlanta. I'm from the other side. I'm from the east side of Latonia. I just gave it away. I'm from Latonia, bro, the Black Mecca. Where really we ain't nothing but straight Black Americans over here. I grew up over here, lived, born. I never even seen white folks until I got into the military. You know what I'm saying? So that's how thick it is. I grew up I was, my mother worked at a daycare. My daddy was a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? He making money. He over the road. Back in the days, you over the road, you over the road. My mother raised me in a daycare, pretty much. That's where she worked. Jamaicans ran it. Oh no. I would tell brother who was just up here, the young guy who sound like it, who was down here. Oh nah, bruh. I'm from up top too. My folks originate from the we real black folk. We ran the plains for real. So no. We need to delineate. We need to delineate. We need to delineate. We need to delineate. Why? Because it's been going on since I'm 30 years old. I'm born in 1995. My prime was in 2001 up to 2000. What is it, y'all? What, 15, 16 when we turned up for real? All I can remember was them folks being soft spoken in school. I haven't heard them say a singular word until this internet thing came about. I sat in the hospital for the entire COVID. I got busted 3 times by a foreigner. A foreigner. I look like me and you. Busted 3 times in the gut. I don't know why I didn't do nothing, say nothing to bruh. I don't sell drugs, none of that stuff. No, regular guy. I'm a regular guy. That's what happened. I don't know what I did, and now it's all coming into fruition. Now,
You know
I
what,
will
brother?
be
You are absolutely right. We do need to delineate.
I'll be correct with
So
you.
yeah,
I was never non-successful. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I
I
believe.
was
Yeah,
never non-successful, but
I appreciate.
y'all
Yeah.
bring into my light that
Okay.
is I want to say
Brother,
this
I
word.
appreciate you. I appreciate you, brother. But let's we got to move forward. We got to be
All right,
fast. So
yes, it is.
yeah, appreciate you, bro.
You got to get to a point quicker, brother. I don't know what the hell. I don't even know what to take from that. I don't know.
I agree with it. I agree with y'all. That's it.
All right,
Okay.
appreciate it. Thank you. Let's get to Batty Bay, Batty B.
And I just want to say that I just think it's crazy how he tried to say that we're victims when we've done nothing but build this country and do what we can so that we can have our own wealth and our own stuff. And I think it's just sad that they even think the way they do about us because I feel like we've done nothing but been welcoming to them in our culture and our music, hip hop, fashion. We've done nothing but embrace them. But now we're dirty. And it's like, if we're so dirty, why don't y'all go back to your countries and build up the infrastructure? make it safe, and live there. You don't have to be here. It's a privilege to be in America. I also feel like they hate us because they're jealous of us. And that's really what it boils down to. They're jealous because we fought for our rights, we fought for our stuff, and we have what we have. And they can't do that for themselves. So they think by aligning with white supremacy is their way of kind of having a one up on us. And I'm sorry, but y'all don't have one. Y'all are mad and jealous, and that's it.
Yeah, that's true. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. That's true. The whole victim mentality, and I want y'all to understand that the narrative of a victim mentality, that is not no new thing. And I hope that all the immigrants in the chat room who are lying, don't lie. That is something that your family tells people. That them black Americans, they got a victim mentality. Everything is about racism. Everything's about, most of the time. Go look online. When you see somebody, everything not always about race. They're an immigrant, okay? Because they don't want to rock the boat. That's why. Let's not lie about it. Y'all been saying we had a victim mentality. All this stuff we saying now is not no TikTok stuff. You were like, man, y'all just came here. Y'all started. No, we ain't starting nothing.
And
We've
then
been
they're in the
embracing
comments.
everybody and their mama.
Yeah, they're in the comments calling me a white supremacist because I have high racial self-esteem, and y'all are saying nonsense about us, calling us dirty, saying negative stuff. So
Yeah,
how are we supposed to respond?
can I piggyback off of you, Batty B? I was just gonna say you're absolutely right with them being jealous because they cannot get the same respect that we, even though our respect, don't get it fucked up. We got some stuff going on in America that we don't agree with, but we get more respect as a people than they do in their own countries. Everybody get to go to their countries and set up shop and do whatever they want to do, regardless if it's the CIA, the Chinese, or whoever. They go into their country and they don't have no infrastructures. Whose fault is that? That's not our fault. Y'all need to stand back and revolt. But y'all want to come here and revolt and tell us, oh, we need to let y'all in. Like, what? Where they do that at? And as far as the xenophobia from the first generation immigrants, I feel like they have a hard time actually realizing what they are doing because they always say, oh well, we was born here, or we came here, or we been here, my parents came over here. You still are immersed in your own culture. Y'all still look at black Americans like, oh, we so lazy, we can't do stuff for ourselves, oh, they don't have anything. We are up against a big machine. Y'all come over here and get more benefits. Y'all get to come over here and go to school. A black American can't go to school for free. We can't go to school for free. Y'all get to come over here and go to school and get 4-year educations. 4-year educations, associate's degree, master's degrees, all on our backs. When the whole black American can't even get a business loan or a house loan, but y'all could get degrees, business loans, house loans, and we supposed to just be like, oh, okay, out of here. Nobody's doing that no more. I know I'm not. Like I'm 28, Coop World. I'm not 30, but I'm 28. But I'm with you. Like I seen this stuff all come to fruition. I'm cool off that. Y'all need to go. I'm not even saying y'all need to go, but stop trying to make it a us thing. It's not a us thing. It's a y'all thing, and we are our own people. We are not. We don't have nothing to do with y'all. Like it's just simple. It's simple as that. We don't have nothing to do with y'all.
And she understood what I was saying because y'all was saying like y'all ain't know what I was saying. She understood
No,
everything.
we understood it, but brother, you was all over the place.
Yeah, you was a
You was
little
bringing
lonely.
up, the daycare thing that didn't even
Nah, I
really
was trying to
happen.
get somewhere because like them always ran by certain folks, and I didn't understand it till now.
But I get it, but you moved on from that point, and we didn't really. It's like get the point of that reference. You're referencing a
Well,
lot of
in
things,
in
and
my defense, and
those
it's
things,
not
brother.
a
Okay,
rebuttal.
thank you. I mean, you spoke, man. Damn. All right. We gonna get to Joel.
My fault, y'all.
Yeah. Joel, you got it.
Oh, yo. She said fruitation. I'm waiting. Go ahead.
Or Julio. No. Oh, okay. All right, Julio. I'm not Spanish. Go ahead.
Wait, can I talk or is it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say Black Americans have this weird thing of throwing
Where are you
rocks
from?
and.
Where are you from? Hold on, before you go there. But where are you from?
Well, I'm from Britain. I just study in America.
You're from Britain.
Yeah.
What's your ethnic background?
Oh, ethnically, I'm East African.
From where?
What would be considered today as Tanzania, but
Tanzania. Okay.
There's a story
The
behind it.
fact that I had to interrogate you for that is something else, but go ahead.
No, it's because there's a story behind it.
You knew you
But
were
I want,
Tanzanian when I asked you where you're from, though. So
yeah, I know, but the time my family left to come to Britain, it wasn't
thank you.
considered
Okay, what
Tanzania.
was you about to say about us?
I was gonna say you have this weird habit of like throwing rocks and then hiding your hands behind your back. Like you guys have been talking about us for a decade. Like I'm seeing videos from like 2016, them calling like black British people cheap, think for coming to America for acting roles, and then when we show you guys love, it's like it's weird.
Is that a thing? If you're talking about Samuel L. Jackson,
Yeah.
when he brought up the reason why they cast black British people is because they're cheaper. Is that not true? Just Samuel L. Jackson?
Again, the same
No,
actors
no,
that
is
live
that
in
not true?
LA,
Why? See, here's the thing.
they
Y'all get
live in
offended.
LA.
Hold on, stop. Y'all get offended off of us saying things that are true that y'all don't like, and y'all call it xenophobia.
Again,
When
that
we
isn't
state
true though.
stop. No, it is. And he would know. Samuel L. Jackson, trust me, he would know. It is true, okay? And a lot of them have confirmed it. We can actually look up in America, I don't know where you are, but we can actually look up how much actors actually get paid, how much they
Yes, I
charge.
know.
So
That's why
so
it's
it
not
is
true.
true. So while you want to talk about we talking about you, no, we stated a fact about the industry. All right?
Again, but it's not a
Can I
fact.
say
That's the
something
whole
to you
point.
real quick, Joel? Wait. Let me say something because you just really answered our whole point. Why are they casting black British people when they have a whole slew of black Americans to choose from? Why are y'all coming over here and taking jobs from us? Because y'all have a certain type of phenotype. Y'all are actually, I'm not even gonna say more docile than us, but y'all definitely
Again, we don't have the
y'all
same
definitely
history.
Okay,
yeah,
hold
you're
on.
right. We don't have the same history, but that's the whole point that I'm saying.
Yeah,
Us
Natty.
black Americans are xed out of job opportunities because of immigrants. It does not it is like it's literally that simple. You literally just answered your own question.
Now,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
thank you. Besides that point, what else have we been doing to you guys?
Again, and there was some creator. He does interviews. He came all the way to Britain to live amongst us to make backhanded comments about our history. His name's like Adonis Live or
But don't
Adonis.
something
y'all
like
do
that.
the same thing?
No, hold on. You mean
Like we
Don't
don't
touch the
Adonis
come to
same.
does?
America.
Hold on, everybody. Everybody cannot hear when everybody gets off the mic at the same time. All
I'll
right.
give you an
So
example. For example, he came somewhere near where I lived and said that black Americans fought for black British people to have our civil rights.
yeah.
And
Like,
it's
mind you, we
definitely,
have a
yeah.
whole entire
Now,
history of fighting for civil rights, 100
no,
years.
y'all don't. Why do
Again,
y'all
look,
lie like that? No, y'all don't. Y'all
again,
are
look,
no, stop,
we've been
stop.
fighting since the
No,
40s. No
no,
disrespect.
y'all have not even been there that long. Most of y'all are first or
This
second
community is, no,
generation.
it's
No, y'all
not.
have not.
Right.
Learn what
Okay,
the
and
Windrush is,
us
please.
stop. Now you guys see this is y'all so fucking sensitive. This is y'all problem. When people tell things about
Because it's a
history,
lie.
no, be quiet, dude. And if you interrupt me one more time, I'm gonna kick you off. Don't do that again. All right? I'm not playing with you. All right? When people tell things about actual numbers in history, things that are not up for interpretation, things that are not subjective, when people state fake facts of reality that offends you guys, that doesn't put you guys in a positive light, then you guys call it y'all talking about us and y'all being all xenophobic. No, that's a fact. Black Americans and our civil rights movement changed the world. If we want to be honest, it changed the world. And everywhere else in the world, they actually copied because America, our civil rights. All right. Y'all wouldn't have rights. Y'all wouldn't be on TV at all, period. Not in the UK or anywhere else in Europe, if it wasn't for us fighting for the representation. And now y'all are overrepresented based off your population numbers in the UK because of that.
Can
So
I
he's
respond
actually
to that,
stating, stop.
please?
He's stating history, okay?
It's not history. Can I respond to that, please? We fought for the 1944 Commonwealth Inequality Act so that black people could move between colonies within the British Empire. We then
Okay.
fought in 1970 for the Race Relations Act, which allowed immigrants who weren't from British colonies to come to England. You don't understand how that's disrespectful when we fought so
One
that
moment. Are you
people that came from
Caribbean?
French
Hold on,
colonies.
Joel, for clarity. Are you Caribbean, sir? Do you have a Caribbean background?
I have Caribbean family members, but no, I don't have a Caribbean
So
background.
then you have Caribbean background, correct? Your family migrated there during the Windrush to the UK?
No, my family was one of the few Africans that were part of the Windrush generation.
So you're African. You know where you come from in the African continent there, huh?
Well, the point when my family came, we were British citizens at the time because there was no such thing as an African country. But yes,
Okay. All right.
When did
Because
your
that's
family
one
come
thing
to?
I'm going
When did your family come there?
my family came to the UK in 1948.
In 1948.
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, wait, I'm
So,
sorry.
but there was
are you
black
going?
people here
Okay.
from the Caribbean who fought for the Commonwealth Inequality Act, which allowed for my family to come to the UK. Do you understand how
Okay.
that would be disrespectful?
No,
Okay.
I don't understand.
To
No.
And
say you
also
fought for
say,
our civil
sir, you
rights
You are
when
have
we
to
had the whole
factually
movement.
incorrect
understand.
because black people didn't even get rights in the UK until 1965. So what are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Y'all didn't get all of the
Again, look
rights
up the
that you're talking
Black
about.
people, the
1944
civil rights
Commonwealth
movement was in the
Inequality Act.
1950s,
Okay.
right? And we changed the world. And y'all didn't get rights in the UK until 1965. So how
Again,
are you trying to
we were
fight and
second class
say
citizens,
that
but we fought.
y'all had
We
rights before we
fought for
did,
we
or that y'all
fought.
fought for yourselves? You didn't.
Yes, we fought for ourselves and for over hundreds and millions
Yeah,
of
but
black people
after we fought
across
for
the entire
ourselves
globe.
and changed the world.
Again, you guys in 1950 did not have more rights than us. No disrespect.
The
What
1950s,
rights
but
did
hold
y'all
on.
have in the 1950s that we didn't have?
Right. Before
Again,
you
the
answer that, wait,
1944
Joel,
Hold
before
on.
you
Can I
I want to hear
explain?
answer,
this. What
before you
rights did
answer
y'all
that,
have that we didn't have in the 1950s?
let me tell you, Bayard Rustin traveled all the way to Africa, right? So we had a
That
civil rights
wait, Afro
movement.
Elite, can I respond to that?
Y'all here
Hold on. Let's let
1960
her go.
and think we weren't over here fighting for our rights. Bayard Rustin went to Africa to help them with non-violent strategies. That was in 1952. We always had civil rights going on over here, sir. Y'all just know about the 1960s. And when I say black Brits, I don't mean anybody with an African or Caribbean background. We do know there was an indigenous black population over there for what
Yeah,
that's
but
worth.
race rights unalived them off, so they're irrelevant.
Not
No
all of them.
disrespect.
Not all of them.
There's none
Okay,
left. No
whatever. All
disrespect. There
right,
is
all
no.
right. But so anyway, off of that, because
Also,
I'm
I
gonna do
wanted
my
to.
own research on that. But yeah, since the 1950s, Black Americans, our activists, have been traveling internationally to help people with strategize and stuff. We always have motion, honey.
Even if
Period,
that,
Pooh.
even towards that, the Black Loyalists, which were a part of the American Revolution, most of African Americans chose to fight for the British
They
during the
got
American
sent to
Revolution
Sierra
following
Leone.
1775.
They got sent
So
to Sierra
most of
Leone
them
and
also fought
Canada.
for the anti-forced slavery in the UK.
Again, they're from Sierra Leone.
Can I ask you a question,
Do you want
Joel?
to
They
hold
were
on?
enslaved Africans from the
You
South. What are
feel
you
as
talking
if
about?
everybody hold on. You feel as if we're taking your glory or something like that away. Is that
It's
what you
not a
feel?
glory thing, but we lived under no blacks, no dogs, no Irish. We had to fight white people every day. To say that you came
Okay.
and saved us is weird. Like you didn't come and
Nobody
save
said
us.
that.
Well, we
Okay.
didn't save you. We
No,
just
but
want
that
to
Listen,
know.
here's
creator
the
came
thing.
and
You're trying to quote
that.
Adonis. You're quoting Adonis. Adonis is not here. And I'm pretty sure he didn't say that exactly.
I
I'm
mean, I
pretty sure
could get
you're
the exact
no,
clip and
no,
send
I
it to
just
no,
you.
no, no. I followed me and Adonis school. I'm almost positive that you're butchering what he said to fit your narrative.
It's
quick
up on YouTube
question.
and
Okay.
TikTok.
But Joel, quick question. Why did you decide America was the best place for you to study? Can you answer me that?
Well, my school offered 100% demonstrated financial need.
Exactly. So y'all get to come over here and get 4-year degrees
No
while black
disrespect, but there's black
Americans.
Americans at Cambridge, and I know black Americans that go to Cambridge
Yeah, because
100%
they
for
came
free.
from what? But what are their background? They're like out of a 1% of people. It's probably what, 6 black people in Cambridge right now, maybe 17. Like we
Well,
not like let's talk about it because like
so
what
me
you saying
doing the
doesn't
inverse,
even.
you don't lose anything because the
Yeah,
school
you
No,
don't
no,
lose.
no, 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 no. Stop. Don't matter if we lose anything. The point is you gain something. You
Exactly.
gain something that you and your family, okay, well, you want to talk about how we shouldn't take credit for stuff we didn't do when it comes to the UK. Y'all are benefiting from stuff that y'all didn't do. Okay.
I
And right
agree.
now,
America.
stop. There's more at the end of the day, because we are going to have to move on. At the end of the day, in 2026, there is more black Brits who benefit from American struggles and black Americans than black
Can you
Americans.
explain that to me,
Stop,
please?
stop, stop.
Sorry, my bad. I just
Black
want to explain it.
Americans do not benefit a damn thing from any black British person, any black British struggle, any black British fight. We don't benefit anything from anything y'all have done. There's a lot that you guys benefit from the other way around. There's a lot, which is why y'all coming over here, okay? Getting opportunities that y'all can't get over there with all the fighting y'all been doing for centuries and centuries,
I
okay?
didn't say
And y'all got to come
centuries,
over
but
here to be in a movie. Y'all can't even be in a movie over there, all right?
well,
Y'all
we are in
benefit a
movies
lot.
over
Y'all
there.
need to stop. If you want to talk about everybody getting their credit and credit is due, fine, okay? Y'all eating a lot off of our plate. We not eating nothing off y'all plate.
You
Okay,
mean the
all that
8
beans and
British
rice, y'all
actors
can
that are
keep that. But
mainstream?
y'all coming over here eating off of our stuff.
We're not
That's the
saying that y'all
point.
don't have black British actors. What we're saying is y'all don't have the opportunities that y'all have in your own country, but y'all come over here to our country and look down on us when we are the reason that you guys are even allotted that opportunity. A lot of these things come from the Civil Rights Act. Schooling, equal opportunity, all of that is from the Civil Rights Act. This is what we're trying to get you to understand. We're not saying, oh, all British people are leeches or whatever the case may be. But what we want y'all to do is acknowledge the fact that we did put in the work. We put in the work. We did it. You did it. You came over here and you reaped the benefits. Like you literally just said, you don't pay nothing to go to school. You're getting a free ride over here. Do you know how many cousins I got that wish they could go to school for free?
I mean, if you
Niggas
go
is
to a
out here.
strong enough school, it's free depending on how much income you make in this country.
Dude, okay.
Why do you
It's
think
a
that?
lie.
Why do you think
That's a
that? That is
lie.
not true.
I'm
We are
on
not,
proof of it.
Regardless, you wouldn't be involved. Regardless of the point, it wouldn't include your ass.
Yeah,
You
but
not even
she
from
explained
here.
it like this was a unique
You not
benefit
no,
I
you're not
gained.
even from
it is
here.
a
And
unique
yet you're
benefit.
benefiting off of
Like,
something.
and the crazy thing about it is that you don't even see it. Like, you literally saying, "Oh, anybody can do it." No, anybody can't. Because if anybody could, everybody would have went to school.
And there are a lot of factors in America, like
Yeah.
we're not even talking about environmental racism. A lot of things are against certain black communities that prevent them from getting to certain places. So you're not even from America, so you don't even understand how it is being here. And on top of that, black people in America, we are never worried about y'all in the UK ever.
Yeah,
I
but
never
you're
even talk about
constantly
y'all. I don't.
speaking
You're not a
about us.
thought.
It's weird.
No, we
Y'all are
not.
But
To
you
just
be
are.
very
Can I
honest.
say
manipulating.
No,
something
no,
real
we
quick?
are
You don't think
not.
about
It's
it at
actually the
No,
all.
we not.
opposite.
I swear
It's
to God.
actually the
Like,
That's what
opposite.
y'all
like
y'all
if you
really
type up
want to be the
black
subject of
British,
Exactly.
attention.
it comes up with
Stop,
more
stop, stop,
videos from
stop. No, no,
Americans than the
stop it.
UK.
No,
Stop.
that's a
We're gonna
lie.
move on. We're gonna
That is a
move
lie.
on.
Like
We're
he's
gonna
just
move on.
lying.
Because here's
Like
the thing. I know Adonis's content. Adonis don't go around trolling y'all. He
Weird.
goes around and he asks questions and he gets feedback.
I
There might
didn't
have
say
been
he
a
did.
back
I just
stop.
said that video rubbed me
Dude,
the
I
wrong
told you
way.
stop interrupting me a
Sorry,
long
my
time
bad.
ago.
Apologies.
I told
Apologies.
you that. Okay. So he goes back and forth and he does a lot of street interviews where he asks questions. There might have been an interaction where there was a back and forth and he brought up a fact. And you're telling this situation out of context to make it seem like he's going around denigrating y'all and disrespecting y'all and beating y'all down. He's not doing that. He doesn't do that on his platform. He live streams, so it's not like he even edits it. Okay, he be live streaming a lot of his content, so don't even do that on him. Don't lie on my brother's name like that. All
I
right,
never said he did. No
you
offense.
did say he did.
I just said that was that video that rubbed me the wrong way when
You
he said,
said he goes out there and that's what he does. When I asked you to bring
"Well,
up
I
another
didn't mean
incident,
it
you
that
named
way."
Adonis.
Well, I didn't mean it that way. I
Okay.
meant I was referring to a video that rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, there's a lot of videos and a lot of people. Cynthia Revo rubs me the wrong way, so I guess we
Yeah.
even. How about that?
Okay, that's fair. What she said was horrible.
Yeah. Okay. So yep, we both rubbed the wrong way. All right. So how about that? And you still benefiting more from my lineage than my lineage is benefiting from your lineage. So,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, you kind of owe me. We ain't gonna be doing that.
I
We're
mean,
gonna
you
move.
could always go to the UK if you wanted something
We
from
don't want
there.
to go to no damn
What do
UK.
we want from?
No,
What are
we
we
don't
doing
want
over
to
there?
I'm
eat
saying like
beans.
the
We
option
don't eat
exists, you
Ocean
know.
beans.
beans?
We
We
only
know.
eat beans on
If you
I
want to
mean,
toast.
of
sit in the
course
rain
you.
in the UK, like we made that option available. Like,
We
I
know.
mean, the
Hold on.
option
There's
can
a
go there,
reason
I'm
but
you're
not
in
clear.
school in
Like,
America and not the UK.
I
What
mean,
is
I
in the
could,
UK?
I
You
could
talk
go
about
to
you
school in the
complained.
rain,
Hold
but
on, hold on. You complained earlier about British actors. Name a relevant black Brit who is not a big star outside of America. Name anybody that we know of who made it big without being in an American film, in an American project. You can't, because they
well,
all
I
needed to
don't
come
think I
to.
could name one.
You can't because they all, whether that's Idris Elba, whether that's Cynthia Erivo, whether that's Damson Idris, they all needed to come to America to be relevant
in
and
John
play a
cosplay,
Boyega.
black
in cosplay
American to
us
be
Yeah, but it
to
memorable.
was
get
relevant in the
money.
UK before.
No, no, he wasn't. He did interviews and said he needed to come to America and play a black
He
American.
wasn't relevant globally until he
He
came to
was not.
America.
Okay, all right. You're gonna lie like he ain't told us what happened to him. We're
But on a
gonna
you know,
countrywide level, people knew who.
yeah. Oh my
countrywide level,
goodness.
please. Seven
I just
people.
wanted to add on because the sister brought up a great point about civil rights and how we've been having these talking points about how our lineage benefits. I mean, our lineage benefits them, but not the other way around. Even outside of civil rights, what we're doing right now, everything we do benefits them. What kind of Ryan Coogler just did with Sinners, that deal he made, that changed Hollywood. That helped other black, not only just other black Americans, but other black people in general, other non-FBAs. So let's not act like what we do doesn't actually help everyone. But we're not. Where's the UK Ryan Coogler? Where's the UK Michael B. Jordan? Where's the UK Samuel Jackson? Where's the UK Denzel that helped bring other black actors up? It's not happening. So let's just get out of the fucking delusion that this is a two-way street and it's not. We know what it is.
And
All
I
right.
find it very
Period,
interesting
boo.
how they want to
Let's.
start, they want to talk the most about the end, but they never want to talk about the beginning and the middle of the reason what led up towards these things. Well, especially when he was talking about Adonis. Most, I find it interesting that that video led him the wrong way, but not all the other videos where other Black British were talking about how they don't know, that Black Americans don't know where they come from. Because
Mm-hmm.
he has multiple videos of that. That don't rub him the wrong way, but that one did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Huh.
that's that selective
Right.
hearing that they tend to
Mm-hmm.
have. They have selective hearing. Apparently, you didn't see none of most of his
I didn't say
content.
those weren't wrong. I said those
No,
were
you
wrong and they
didn't.
were
No, you didn't say
uneducated.
those weren't wrong.
I
You
mean, I
didn't
didn't
bring it up.
say
You
it.
didn't bring it
I
up.
didn't bring it
You
up. I
did
didn't bring
not
it
bring
up.
it up. Stop doing
I
that.
didn't
You
bring it
didn't.
up. But
No, you didn't bring it up at all. The only time you mentioned Adonis was to say he was disrespectful to y'all. That's the only time.
Even though they disrespected him first and he just retaliated. But y'all
Yeah.
only want to talk about when we retaliate, not when some people are the aggressors first. I will never understand that.
But could we really get back
Whatever.
to the point of
Oh no.
why did you come to America to go to school? Why didn't you choose a school in your country if they was going to send you to school for free? Like, what was the point of you coming to America? I just want to know because I just want to hear you actually say it out loud. Like, I really want to hear you say how America is the best opportunity. But go ahead.
well, I had 5 offers from the UK. I had 5 from America. I weighed out my options, and I looked at whether how many black people going to the school I wanted to go to.
Exactly. Y'all want to assimilate. Y'all are so obsessed with us that y'all have to be around us because Black Americans are the blueprint for the world, not just
And I
America.
looked at like the job opportunities, like what comes from
Exactly.
STEM
There's
school
better
in the UK.
opportunities over here for you than there is in anywhere else. They're just, I mean, I know this already. I just want to hear you say it out loud. There is no place for you in this world besides America because of Black Americans. We make it look easy, and it's not. It's not, but we do it very well. And it's just, I just want you to really just think it through. The best opportunity was for you to come here, not the UK. You weren't thinking about working in the UK, not where you fought, not all those the
Well, no,
winter
I will be
Russians, all of.
working in the UK after my 4 years are
Okay.
done.
That's
That
thank you.
makes it
Thank you.
even
We're
better
gonna
because you're
move.
not even coming over here to even help us. You're going right back to where you belong. Like
We're
that
gonna
is
move.
crazy to me.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. That's how they be. Let's get to Mr. Ether. Sorry.
Shout out to Afro, ZZ, and BX, and everybody else on here. I don't know you. I still love you anyways. How y'all doing? First off, Joel, can you just say thank you? Like, no, is it hard? It's not
I
that
say
hard, right?
thank you.
Yeah. Just say thank
I've
you.
never had
That's all.
anything bad to say about a black
Yeah, just
American.
say yeah, just say thank you, man. Just say thank y'all. I couldn't have done it without you. You know, that's all.
Cool. Thank you, black Americans, for the economic opportunities that you've given me by allowing me to come to America.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. You see how easy that was, man? Look, man, we didn't even got to go through all that back and forth now.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Joel. That literally that does mean a lot.
And you know what? We wouldn't really even be in this situation today if we just heard more of that. Okay. And it's not even just us hearing it, but if y'all just felt it in y'all soul, and felt it in y'all personal life, if y'all had gratitude and then y'all showed it on a daily basis, like, you know, the words, yeah, it means something, you know, but it's really your actions and your attitude that make a difference. Okay, because you know people could be lying with the whole thank you. They can be insincere, but you know when it comes to support, I mean, like that's we could really have some allyship, man. This is why I say we need FBA appreciation. Okay, the FBA appreciation month, FBA appreciation year. It should be a cultural thing amongst Black Americans to just tell immigrants all over the world, whether they're in our homeland, in somebody else's homeland, just tell them, you know what, you're welcome because we did something for you. Okay. There's absolutely something over there in Britain. They have Black History Month, but they decided to put it in October instead of February. And yes, it is inspired off of our Black History Month, but it's to celebrate African and Caribbean contribution to Britain. They don't call it African and Caribbean History Month though. They call it Black History Month because of the how powerful foundational Black Americans made the word Black. Okay, it automatically demands respect. It commands respect and dignity and attention, and that's what the energy that they was going off of. So I just wanted to put that out there. As far as yes, y'all are right. The contributions that we made to them, they benefit more off of us than we do off of them. I can't think of any benefit that we get from them. Matter of fact, they're gonna have to go ahead and produce some receipts on that. Real quick, as far as the xenophobia thing, okay, these people they have to redefine words, okay, and they have to lie and reach for the sky in order to find any type of evidence of Black Americans being xenophobic. I literally talked to a Pan-Africanist the other day, and I asked them, I'm like, okay, so if someone calls somebody else dumb, is that xenophobic? And they said, well, yeah, depending on how you do it. I'm just, man, just be quiet. Just be quiet, man. Y'all, these people, they have to literally, because they know how guilty they are, okay? They have to literally find any old little thing to go at us about to justify their own ethnic bigotry, okay? And so when it comes to this woman right here, or all of these women here, these Haitians, particularly the Haitians, all these tethers, but particularly them, okay? Haiti's minimum wage is 41 cents an hour. All right. It's the lowest in the Caribbean. Haiti is so bad that nobody in the Caribbean is willing to take them. Everybody has rejected Haiti. The United States don't want them. Nobody in the Caribbean don't want them, and Haiti themselves don't want Haitians. Haiti got punked out by the French. They get beat up by the Dominicans on the other half of their island, and they got whipped on horseback at the southern border like slaves. And none of them people can fight. And then we sit up here and we make a lane for all these people, and they have the nerve to call us dirty. Literally with mud cookie mustache crumbs all on their face, calling Black Americans dirty. The jokes write themselves at this point. And right now I'm asking the question, and I think we all should be asking this. What is the point of immigration? Meaning, what is the point of bringing over a bunch of foreigners to a land that the people, we already built the country. We already established the culture. Our culture is the most dominant. All of us are willing to work. our quality of work is better than most, if not better than, I don't, it's, we would definitely be in the top running, right? Uh, our people are very skillful, very mild mannered. We don't really have a bunch of crime in our community like people like to say that we do. Okay, if you took away all of these immigrant groups, the country would still have been built. So what's the point of bringing over a bunch of hateful, excuse me, dislike, disdainful, foreign immigrants, okay, from these poverty stricken places, other than to use them as another tool of white supremacy? Other than that, other than trying to turn them into a de facto tool for oppression and colonization, what's the point of bringing over these immigrants? This is why, and I don't feel like I need to preface it by saying not all, because I mean, that kind of goes without saying. And we don't get that treatment too, by the way. But I mean, there's really no point that I see, any positive point that benefits FBA and having these people around. How are you going to walk into a room full of people and just call everybody in there dirty? She's clearly projecting. If you look at her face, she looks like a Simpsons character. Okay, I'm not trying to be funny or everything like that, but I mean, even her face looks stank. Okay, so I mean, this is somebody that I just wouldn't touch in real life. So of course, these people are fighting demons, like somebody said earlier today. These people are fighting demons every single day they wake up and get out of the bed, y'all. Okay, so this literally has nothing to do with us. These people are projecting. They don't go to, they constantly complain about the colonizers destabilizing their homeland, destabilizing their island, but who do they have all the vitriol for? Foundational Black Americans who did nothing but help these people. And I'm gonna land right there.
All right. Like I said before, first off, the brothers brought them on their platform. Nobody knows who these women are. These women are not famous. These women are not well known. These women are not upcoming stars in any sense of the word. But they brought them on to have a conversation. And all of them gave disrespect. All of them gave bigotry. All of them gave anti-FBA xenophobia. They all did. And it was completely unwarranted. Okay. Even as the brothers are trying to calm them down, they're still going. They was just going and going and going and going and going for no reason. Now people talk about y'all been xenophobic on this app. Y'all be xenophobic on every app. I don't care if this could be TikTok. Y'all been xenophobic on Twitter since its inception. Y'all been that on Clubhouse, on anything y'all can be. Y'all been on that. So I'm not trying to hear y'all been xenophobic on TikTok. No. And we not saying nothing xenophobic. Like our brother said, and I'm going to say this, we're going to move on. Like he said, they have to expand the definition of xenophobia. They're trying to fit anything under the xenophobic umbrella to make us the bad guys. Stating that British actors charge less is xenophobic now. Even though that's a fact, and Samuel L. Jackson is a legendary Hollywood actor, and he knows he's not making it up. He's not jealous. He's not losing any opportunities. He's speaking on the next generation, and he spoke on a fact. And people are upset about that because it doesn't make them look good. And they say anything and everything that doesn't make them look good, which is everything, doesn't make them look good, is xenophobic now. Okay? Saying you fled from your country, that's xenophobic. Saying you're cheaper labor, xenophobic. Saying this, xenophobic. No, it's not. No. We're talking about facts of reality. We ain't stereotyping. We ain't doing nothing. We're talking about actual numbers that we can verify. Let's get to LCC TikTok. You said what? Hold on.
Oh,
Okay.
hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. How you doing? Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from Haiti.
Okay.
Proud of it.
All right. You were born in Haiti or born in America?
I was born in Haiti, but I grew up here.
Okay.
I've
All
been
right.
here since I was 7. So I didn't hear what this latest, Haitian calling Black Americans dirty, I think it was
Mm-hmm.
thing. But I've said this before in terms of when you grow up here, you are you become a lot of the you learn the culture here because you're growing up here and you have your culture. So you are able to like go between both worlds, right? And understand that. So you don't feel like, hey, Black Americans are dirty because most of the time in your growing up here, you're treated like you're Black American because you are Black.
One moment, one
Oh, no,
moment. When you
hold on.
I know. So
no, no, I wanted
because
clarity
hold
on what
on.
culture, because she said American
Hold
culture. She
on.
never specified Black American to the end. Ma'am, you hold on. I'm talking to the host on why I want clarity.
You want clarity on what?
All right, bitch. Let
Hold
me
on,
tell you
hold on,
one
hold on.
I
motherfucking
know
thing.
she ain't about to be X. What the hell?
Do you know that's a mod, right? That's the moderator of the room. That's not just somebody talking.
So I just want clarity because she said she grew up and she understands she's Haitian, but she grew up in the culture here. What culture here? Is it Black culture? That I just wanted the specification. That's all. And I could, you know what? You
Now you
guys are
waited
never
your
pushed
chance
into
to
the
speak. Hold
project,
on, you
right?
waited your chance to speak. Nobody's beating you up because I need to say something though. Go ahead, unmute. Now we're not muting her. We're not doing nothing. Now here's the thing. Of course she didn't see it because y'all have selective hearing and y'all have selective vision, and apparently y'all phones just don't let y'all see that y'all do. It comes from y'all community, but y'all don't see it. Okay, everybody up here has been all like, I disagree. Y'all said that in passing. Y'all sped through that a million miles an hour. Then to get on what y'all don't like about us. Okay, y'all will see stuff like this. We can bring up video after video after video after video. Y'all will,
I
if y'all
haven't
address
said
it,
anything about
man.
not
Okay,
liking
it took
us.
you a minute to
I'm like,
unmute
damn.
yourself.
No, I thought I wasn't muted,
No,
but
yeah, you were muted.
so that I was
So
muted. But I haven't said anything about not liking us, have I?
no, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking
Okay,
about you.
so I'm on here to talk about me and my experience.
Okay, now BX asked a question when you
That's
talked
my
about
expertise.
your culture, the two cultures you were brought up in. You're referring to Haiti, and then you're referring to Black American culture, foundational Black American culture, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So what about the two? And then you were saying something about you live in both worlds, or you go back and forth, or what?
Because when you grow up here, you experience it. So I grew up in a way where my best friend is foundationally Black. So I did a lot of things with found my first American friend are Black Americans.
Okay.
So I grew up here going to their family reunions and loving the family reunions in the South and North Carolina, especially since I wasn't able to go to Haiti and I didn't have a lot of like my cousins. So these were my family. And I mean, we grew up, we're sisters,
All right. Mm-hmm.
right? Her mother is my mother and my mother is her mother is my mother and my mother is hers. It's and till this day. And we're women of a certain age.
Okay.
So
Can I give this?
no one fights.
Hold on. I wanna
So
ask you a question in a little bit. Go
she
ahead.
was in proximity to Black American culture. She did not live in it. Visiting Black American culture does not mean that she has a lived Black
I
American
know
experience.
BX. I'm gonna get him.
Okay.
I'm gonna get her. Okay. Unmute yourself. You're muted. You can unmute yourself.
I'm saying, are you kidding? So let me give you one example of living it, right? So I grew up in Westchester. So
hmm
I remember 8th grade. We're about 13 at this point.
Ported.
See,
Can
this is
y'all stop?
stupidity.
Because we can't move the conversation if y'all keep doing that.
Straight up stupidity.
Go ahead. Don't hey,
At
don't get
13,
upset now.
at 13, listen, at 13,
Uh-huh.
in school, I remember having the conversation with my counselor, and my counselor saying this to me, white Jewish woman. um, what do you want to do? Academics or comprehensive? And I said, well, I want to go to college. So, which she about fell out of her chair when I said that. So, well, if you want to, I said, what's the difference? She's like, academics is college bound, comprehensive isn't. I said, well, I want to go to college, so academics. She's like, no, 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 you don't have to take academics. You can, you can go to college with comprehensive too. It's just that not all colleges will accept you. So I said, well, why would I want to do that when I don't even know what college I want to go to yet? Why would I want to limit myself? And she's like, well, all right, you could take the academic classes, but you're going to take it in 2 years instead of 1 year. I said, if I take it in 2 years, then I'm going to miss some things. Why would I take it in 2 years when I can take it in 1 year? And then she
Uh-huh.
says to me, she looked at me and she says, you're just going to you're just going to come to me in the middle of the year and make me do all this paperwork and put you down in the classes. And if you just don't take the class now, at this time, I'm a 13-year-old kid. And at this time, like a lump is in my throat. And I looked at the woman. I said, I want academic. But in my head, I said, this woman will never see me in front of her again. Right? That's straight up racism. That's racism because I'm a little black girl in front of her.
I knew you were Haitian because of your parents, ma'am. I
She,
went to a
she,
Catholic
Okay, can
school,
y'all
and none of the
stop? Like,
teachers.
can y'all guys?
whether she knew I was Haitian, whether she knew I was African, she knew I was a little black girl in front of her. That was at 13. I never went back to
Okay,
the woman. I did
okay,
well. Hold on a second. I did well.
ma'am.
Never
Because
did this
I'm gonna
woman
be
say
honest,
to
that was a
me,
long story, and
it is, but I just wanted, because you asked me, how did I grow up? Like
no.
proximity and all of that stuff.
Okay,
When I first
okay.
came to this
So your
country, can I
experience of
can I tell you
racism,
one more thing? When
ma'am.
I
Hold
first
on.
came to this
Let me
country,
ask you something. Let me ask you something,
7 years old,
ma'am. Hold
7 years
on,
old, I asked the
ma'am.
teacher, can I go
Hold
to the
on, ma'am.
bathroom?
Ma'am,
Ma'am.
please stop
Okay.
because because
Yes.
I need to ask you this, right? You've experienced racism, okay? Yeah, we have YT supremacists all over the world, all right? So we know that, all
In a
right?
way that I
I
never
don't
experienced it in Haiti and
I
didn't
don't
even know what I was experiencing when I first
you
experienced
are
it.
you are really you pushing me. Don't do that,
I
okay?
have to clarify for you. You asked
No,
that,
I
right?
know, because I haven't even made my point,
Okay.
okay? My point is with your best friend, and that's why I'm glad you brought your best friend up, how welcoming your best friend and her entire family was to you is an example of how welcoming we have been to everybody. We've been that welcoming to everybody. So I'm glad that you were able to say that, because the narrative that Black Americans have always disliked Haitians, I don't know where that came from when
You
we've
didn't
been
hear it
so,
from me.
yeah. See, we've been so welcoming to everybody. So with us being so welcoming, okay, and us being so catering to everybody, why is there so much xenophobia stemming from your community towards us?
First,
Not
that's part. Listen to me,
not even just with Haitians. Why immigrants in general, Caribbeans in general, but
guys.
particularly Haitians?
Can I say this seriously?
Uh-huh.
You know the propaganda that's put out about blacks, in particular about black Americans, because the media is controlled by pretty much the US.
Mm-hmm.
That propaganda goes out around the world. And the propaganda is black Americans are lazy, black Americans don't want to work, black Americans speak the language and they're in this land of plenty where the streets are lined with gold and they make nothing out of it. That is the propaganda that goes out. And a lot of people buy into the propaganda when they don't know much. And then you've got in these people in another land, yes, making $2 a day because US imperialism, colonialism, France, UK is in there. So you have that oppression going on here. And they're like, man, if I could speak the language, I would make a fortune here, not
Mm-hmm.
understanding all of what all of
Yeah.
what it takes being in the belly of the beast.
You
But
know
when you
what?
grow up here,
I
you have
love
a
the
better
fact that,
understanding of
thank
it.
you, thank you. I love the fact that you told that excuse. I love it because I opened this whole conversation up with
Excuse? Did you
that,
say
yeah,
excuse?
ma'am, hold on. Let me tell you, because that's that excuse that y'all have been using for generations now. When we talk about all of the xenophobia, the bigotry, the hatred, y'all be all like, well, y'all gotta understand they don't know any better because the media be manipulating them,
No.
and that's the only image I'm talking about. All of these women were like like yourself, either born here or raised here. Okay, they were born here or raised here. They don't got no excuse that the media in their country has manipulated them and brainwashed them. No, they grew up and they know what Black Americans are like. They've dealt with Black Americans their entire life, and they still act this way. So all of that, well, you got to understand, it's the propaganda from their country,
Let
and
me
they've
know
been
when I can say
conditioned.
something.
No, all of that stuff is over
Let me
with.
know when I can
You
say
are a
something.
perfect. Hold on, no. You
I'm
are a perfect example because you spent your pretty much your entire life here. A lot of the problems that we're dealing with, the problematic people that we're dealing with, they either were born here or they spent their entire life here, and they still have loud bigot disrespect for Black Americans exclusively. So you can't blame it on propaganda in Haiti
so
because they weren't raised in Haiti.
can I say this to you? I love when I hear this because it's like, you think that the propaganda is only outside of the US. You've got FBA people
Mm-hmm.
who are far more detrimental to blacks right here that are long lineage. You can't say they're not FBA. Clarence
Okay.
Thomas, Armstrong Williams, just to give you a few little tiny examples. They're more detrimental to the black community than
But we're not
outside
talking about
folks.
them. We're not talking about
No,
them.
hold on a
That's
second.
deflecting. That's
I'm not
deflecting.
deflecting. I'm
Uh-huh.
addressing
Cause
you directly. I'm
okay.
addressing you directly. I have
Okay.
no need to deflect
Okay.
because what I'm saying to you is the propaganda is strong, and you want to look at, maybe we don't even have the numbers, like,
Y'all
who really
still blame it
feels
on
this way, who really
propaganda.
thinks this way, but you have FBA people who also feel this way. What do you do with them?
Call them
I'm
out.
This
I'm
not
just
this hold
curious.
on. This not about them. That's deflecting. What do we do with them?
I am
Okay.
not deflecting. I'm
Okay,
asking
because
you
hold on.
because
If you want to talk about,
the
if you want to
That's
propaganda is an
stop,
America stuff.
stop.
excuse.
Yes, you are deflecting. You are
I don't
because
need
we're
to
talking
deflect.
about immigrants and their xenophobia, okay? Because Clarence Thomas, as much as Clarence Thomas, you don't like Clarence Thomas or whoever you want to call, any Black American who we call out, they're not talking about Black Americans and
No,
uplifting other immigrants. They're not. They're talking about Black people in general. They don't sit up there and talk about we're lazy and that's why Nigerians are doing better or we're dirty Black Americans. You ain't heard Clarence Thomas talk about dirty Black Americans. You ain't heard him talk about we don't know where we come from. Clarence Thomas don't do that. He does other stuff, but he don't do that. And we
you
talking about y'all. And when you talking about propaganda,
don't know where you come from.
ma'am, hold on. Ma'am, do you see how you opened up and you talked about how Black Americans, your best friend was a Black American who embraced you, right? Right? And you pretty much were essentially a member of the family, an honorary member of the family, which we in our culture, we do all the time. We got a whole bunch of family who ain't really family. Honorary members of the family. They grew up with us, they family, but they ain't really family. Okay?
Mr.
And we
Elite,
hold on,
Mr. Elite, that is black people. That is black culture
stop.
everywhere.
Black
Stop. It's
Americans
You're
only,
not.
yeah.
missing that.
It's not.
It's
It's
not just
not.
black
It's not.
American.
Ma'am,
I bet
stop
you
You're
ain't
it.
been around your
missing
Haitian
that.
family.
Stop it.
See that
Stop it. Why you getting frustrated? No, it's not. Y'all can't stand other tribes in your own nation.
Right.
Don't do that.
Let's be
That's
honest.
not black culture. That's global. No, it
No, it's
ain't.
not.
Y'all got tribalism all over y'all homelands. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Mm.
And what I was going to say is that despite how welcoming we were, Haitians in particular, y'all have been had crazy stereotypes about y'all. And y'all see how we've ignored those stereotypes? I mean, y'all see. they base zombies off of Haitians. If y'all didn't know that, okay. Y'all have had stereotypes that y'all devil worshippers, that y'all out there eating pets. Y'all got y'all got crazy stereotypes, and we have not treated y'all that way. So I don't want to hear that the treatment that we receive from y'all is justified based off of stereotypes. Because if we treat people based off of stereotypes, y'all will be treated worse than anybody else. Maybe Nigerians would be second place, but Haitians would be treated worse than anybody else if we treated people based off of stereotypes. And y'all want to come over here and talk about some stereotypes for real? For real? Y'all want to come over here and talk about we act this way based off of stereotypes?
Do they bother the Latinos? Like, does she go in Latino rooms, Dominicans specifically, and talk about their issues? That's the people you should be talking to, not Black Americans. We've done enough for the diasporans. And if you remember, Afro, when I started off, when I said the decorum, I said for me, the tension kicked off with a Haitian lady who was talking about we don't have no culture while dressed like Black Americans, because they ain't dressing like that in Haiti, right? They ain't using that vernacular in Haiti. It's the Haitians that kicked it off for me. I said that. And conveniently, Black Americans understand I could go to a Puerto Rican's house today. I could dance with merengue and salsa with him. But I know I ain't Puerto Rican. I just enjoyed the cultural exchange. They don't do that. They say, oh, well, we lived in the culture. I could relate. I can't relate. I can't. Not to a Haitian, not to a Puerto Rican, not to anybody I grew up in close proximity to, because I'm subjugated differently. And actually, I realized they ain't really subjugated the way we are. This is their liberator. America is their freedom. While we're still fighting for more fairness, and now we got to deal with them.
I think we made a good point here.
Host, can
What
I
was
ask
The
a
that?
question?
excuses, all of that. We're gonna
Can I
move
ask a
on because we got
question?
more people who got to speak. Yeah, what's your question?
I was gonna say, don't you guys find it ironic that they can believe the stereotypes about us, but they can't believe the past of the white tea? The white tea has done this so many things to everybody. They have looked over that, forgive that, but let me just believe a
What are you
stereotype about some
talking about?
people. Ma'am, let me talk. You don't have to speak when I'm speaking. They can believe all the stereotypes about us. They're just stereotypes. We've never done anything to them. However, white tea people have done things to them. They disregard all of that and say, "Oh, white tea is my savior." They're
Where do you
disingenuous
get
people.
this from, though? This is what I'm saying. Like,
Because I kind of
this
want to
is crazy.
change the energy from the room. It's almost 600 people in here, Afro, and we're only at 113K. Can y'all power tap the live up for me, please?
Yeah,
Also, we haven't really heard from ZZ. Don't know if she's busy, but I think everybody needs a reset because
yeah,
LCC
yeah.
keep coming off her
ZZ in
mic.
every different room of the house. We've seen
Hey,
ZZ in
Afro Elite.
I'm
every
back.
single set in the house. House
Hey,
was had. She in every
Afro.
single. She was just in the kitchen. I
One
don't
minute,
know.
Black. 1 minute, Black.
My niece and nephew upstairs. I'm sorry. I did. That's why I wasn't chiming in on that lady. I was trying to listen, but then my mother and my aunt was a lot. I was just went through a couple interactions. My bad, back and back. So, but I pretty much missed her comment, her commentary, which is why I didn't chime in. So my bad about that. My bad.
Hey, Afro
My
Elite.
niece and nephew upstairs.
I got a meeting in 10 to. Can I say something for a quick second?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so shout out to everybody in the room. ZZ, Afro Elite. I'm glad you
Peace.
back. BX and everybody in the room. Now is that I'm trying to restrain myself because I don't want to mess your live up, Afro Elite. Now I'm gonna say this in the most respectful way as possible. Tell you the truth, when it comes to that locked TikTok person, tell them the truth.
Yep.
The sound went out.
Yeah,
The sound.
honestly, telling the truth, I don't care about Trump porting these Haitians starting wherever their temporary protection status about the end. So lock TikTok.
You said, okay. I guess his meeting started.
Lock TikTok. He got a lot to she got a lot to say about Black Americans though. But meanwhile, a lot of her people will be deported by ICE and the Border Patrol, the Department of Homeland Security. Over 300,000 people about to be deported by once Trump give her that temporary protection status. It's in the appellate circuit court right over now. If the appellate circuit court rule in Trump in their favor, that means it's gonna go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court gonna strike that down. So them Haitians worry about their temporary protect status about the end though. And them horseback riding and stuff like that. This time will allow them Haitians get deported out of Florida, New York, and Springfield, Ohio. We're not gonna be there to save y'all like we did last time when the Border Patrol at the Texas border whoop y'all with horseback and stuff like that. This time y'all gonna be on your own, whatever that temporary protect status is for y'all.
Mm.
Because yeah, we don't want to accept the Haitians over there. And also Trump actually about to send also when before that temporary protest status about to end, he was trying to send them Haitian deportees to other Caribbean islands. Did you know most Caribbean islands actually reject the Haitians from coming over here? Jamaica actually rejected Haitians from coming over here. The Bahamas and also over there speaking of Bahamas, in the Bahamas, they're deporting Haitians out of the Bahamas right now as you speak. Jamaica is deporting Haitians out Jamaica. Turks and Caicos, Bahamas, Barbados, Curacao, Aruba, Belize, even other Caribbean islands don't want Haitians in their countries though. So love TikTok, you got a lot to worry about in Haiti. And also speaking of barbecue, is that you had this person over there, you got them Haitians got deported at Puerto Rico. They got sent back to I think Port-au-Prince. Barbecue actually you already know they heads got on the live though, just to let you know their heads got separated. And also Dominicans don't want Haitians over there too. So other Caribbean nations don't want Haitians in their country. So the Haitians got a whole lot of problems we need to worry about in Haiti and other Caribbean islands before they worry about us though, because the Haitians and Jamaicans are just like the Nigerians of the Caribbean. Nobody don't want Haitians in their country. We was the main ones that was supporting them Haitians, but now their protection's up. We gonna see how strong and brave they are once ICE and Border Patrol start coming after them. That's all I gotta say. Thank you, Afro Elite.
All right. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna
How are
have
you
to.
the main one supporting Haitians?
We
This is some ignorant stuff you people be saying. It's like, oh my
y'all,
God.
ma'am, where do you live? You live in America, and you said your best friend was a Black American. See, that's the
I'm
appreciation or
trying
the
to
lack.
help
Hold
you
on.
understand some
No,
of the
ma'am.
connections,
Let
but you
let
guys
me help you understand, okay? Because
take it
I'm
all
an
with
American, okay? And I'm saying this as respectful as possible. You would be in Haiti right now. America did not want you over here if it was not for us fighting for you to be here. All right. Haiti, particularly, America has always had disdain for. If it wasn't for us fighting for the rights for you all to come over here so you can live a life in America. And that's a fact. That's a historical fact that you know that's the truth. You know that's the truth. So when we talk about y'all wouldn't be here without us, you because you feel some type of way about it. Don't feel no type of way. Be grateful. And we're gonna move on because we got a lot of people up here trying to speak. Let's get to our brother Foundational.
Peace, peace, Afro. Good to see you
I
back,
didn't say
brother.
anything to be
Good to
respectful, but
see.
it ain't because you accurate.
Man, okay, it's not because I'm. Hold on.
Did she drop?
No,
No,
I don't.
BX because BX don't got. Okay,
I
go
was
ahead.
not paying attention. I just she was playing. Okay, she could come back up, but be respectful. Don't be disrespectful to the host.
Yeah, she was getting
Go
disrespectful.
ahead.
Now I ain't gonna come up. Oh, hi. I wasn't gonna come up,
Wait,
but
Candy, wait, because Foundational was giving. He was saying he was greeting everybody.
Yeah.
okay.
Peace, peace, Afro. Peace to everybody. They just can't help it. They're rude. They have no respect, and that's why they don't even have the patience to just wait their turn. The reptile brain activates, and they start crashing out and going crazy, right? So again, I think what it come down to, right? We've seen that this Black History Month really open our eyes, right? We really start to see all of the degeneracy, right? We had a lady that said she wanted to strap on a boom and try to unalive our people. We had a lady that co-signed named Mama Africa that said that she agrees with her and that she actually want to ties up and then put gasoline and lighters on. We had another lady that made a diaspora war movie called The Island, where she had the character try to eat a particular eat us in order to heal island, right? And I find that movie very symbolic. I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because
Yeah, we
Think
breaking
that
up.
exactly even in that little clip where she's outside the house, right? She's outside the house. Think of the house as the United States of America. They outside of our house, mad, hating, living in poverty, living in third world, and looking at us living good, right? Living good in the house. And now when they get in the house because we allow them in, we love them, we and that's what they turn it back political.
You breaking up real bad, bro.
Yeah.
You,
This is
you
why. This is why I'm
you want
calling.
us to circle back to you? Yeah, we
Yeah,
can circle
circle
back.
back to him, brother. Circle back to him. But I,
Afro,
what the
I
brother
think
was
one
saying.
minute, little brother. Little brother's been up here. I haven't heard him yet. Did he
Yeah,
go?
we about to get to him. He can go next. But I want to say something about the other speaker. I want y'all to see how calm we were, and I did that for a reason. Okay, because I knew she was going to be on that. Okay, I did that for a reason to let you know it doesn't matter how peaceful we interact with them. Their character is going to show.
Yep.
And her character started leaking out throughout the conversation. She talked about she grew up in Black American culture and all of this. BX asked, well, what is Black American culture? She said racism. She said that there was some type of teacher who was racist to her. That's not our culture. You being discriminated against does not mean that you grew up in Black American culture. It doesn't mean that. We when we said, that's why I said, hey, I'm not denying that you were discriminated against or that there was some YT supremacist who was racist towards you. But for you to say that, oh, because somebody looked at me or called me the N-word or discriminated against me, treated me racist, I'm pretty much FBA. No, you're not. All right. And then when we started going into the conversation, the more upset first she started. And nobody called her out her name. She started calling people stupid and all of this stuff. She started insulting people and stuff. I wanted y'all to see start leaking out slowly but surely started leaking out. And then when we talked about, hey, mommy, y'all wouldn't even be here without us. Oh, that's not true. Yeah, it is true. No, it's not. You see? And she claims her best friend is a Black American, right? But deep down, that's really how she feels, though. That's really how she feels. I want y'all to understand that. Y'all be careful who y'all friends are. Let's get to little brother.
Peace to you, brother Afro Elite. Peace to the room. Peace to the sisters and the brothers in the room. They can come and talk all that talk. I'm little brother because I got my big brother in my right hand. If you catch my drift, and I land right there.
All right. Shout out to that. Shout out to that. Well, foundational is not. Let's get to Helga.
Hello,
After
can you
that,
hear
we'll
me?
do like a speed round, and then because we wrap stuff, we've been on here for a couple hours, so we'll do like a speed round and start rapping after everybody on the panel speaks.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go. Yep. Uh-huh.
Hi. I wanted to make a point, but you yourself and Cindy below me had touched on it. I think it's really interesting how a lot of these melanated immigrant populations talk about the propaganda that they're fed about Black Americans, and in the same breath, they talk about how the Western world cripples their countries. Yet, the propaganda that's fed to them seems to be that overrides what they actually experience in their homelands. So, like, they're more they show more vitriol towards us based off of propaganda, yet their children are starving in their countries. Their homelands are dilapidated, and that's real life lived experience due to imperialism. Yet they're
Mm-hmm.
really docile when it comes to that, and I think it's a stark difference in contrast from us as Black Americans, because as a people who have survived and are still fighting in the belly of the beast and managing to thrive in the belly of the beast, we've always, until very recent years, like, we've been very accepting of color, of immigrant populations that are melanated. I don't even like to call them Black anymore, to be honest. But I just think it's interesting because we have we grew up seeing quote unquote propaganda about them as well, yet we've always had more smoke for our true enemy than we did for them. Like we've only very in recent years really started like really popping our shit about them. But I just think it's interesting because every last one of them, they talk about how their countries are impacted by the West, yet somehow some, hood films from the 90s got them treating us like shit. I just think it's interesting.
Hmm. Only us too. We've been the only people that they've received all this negative propaganda against, and they just believed it, ate it up, and that's their excuse. And if we don't call it out, this is why we're doing this live. If we don't call it out, for the next 50 years, they will be using the same excuse. They will never stop using that excuse that it's the propaganda that they received because they don't have the same access to media. They will never stop using that excuse if we don't stop that. If we let them. If we let them, they won't stop it.
Afro elite. Also, aren't they the most educated? Aren't they running circles around us? How are they so educated, know so many things, got so many degrees, but can't recognize propaganda?
Yeah.
I don't know. I beats me. You gotta ask them. They more educated, right? Let's foundation. Are you back or no?
Just give me like
Gonna
3 minutes,
cycle.
brother. I want to be sure. Just give me like 3 minutes, all right? If you don't mind.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna drop some. We're gonna try to
I'm
bring
gonna
some
get down
people
so
up.
somebody else will come up.
Okay. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. Cool. Cool. So we can kind of get as many people in and out as possible. All right. Let me see. Did you what's your City? How do you pronounce your name?
Cindy Lou Who.
Cindy Lou,
Cindy
yeah,
Lou Who.
I just spoke. You can drop me if you need to, Afro.
Okay. All right. I mean, okay. Now people don't want to come on. All right. Let's get to Candy.
Hey, I was going to say I wasn't going to come up, but I will since I'm here. I'll say something. I hate that when they use racist talking points and stereotypes about us to justify some of the things that they say, and it's like, so then why do you get mad when we come at you with an attack of disrespect? Like we're so sick and tired of it.
Hold on
So
for one
what's
second.
so
One
funny?
second, Candy. 1 second, Candy. Hold on. You've been in the chat room for a minute. Pama, Pamela,
Panama.
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 Okay.
Well, yeah. Go. What's on your mind? Since you wanted to come up, you in the chat room saying what you got to say. What's on your mind, dude? Where is he from?
Panama.
That's Panama.
Okay.
Panama, like the Panama Canal, the
Oh,
ones they
got you, got you.
couldn't
Okay,
build
Panama Canal.
until
Yeah.
black Americans
He's a I
got
was about to
there.
say that he's a Latin American. He's not black, but he's a Latin American. I mean, he might be Afro Latino, like they like to call. I mean, I do see the black skin. I
Oh,
mean,
now he's gone. Oh, okay.
I didn't drop him.
Came up
This
here
wasn't
laughing.
my fault. I ain't drop him.
Okay.
Well,
I ain't good.
well,
You
guess
see
he didn't
that?
have nothing to say.
He
Right.
can't
Go
say
ahead,
nothing in the
King.
chat room. He's been muted. So, oh well. That was his
But
chance to speak.
that was my thing. Like they use, talking points from stereotypes and, talking points against us that are from racists and things like that. And they get mad when we come at them and they know exactly what they're doing. We were just discussing how they were getting scholarships and money to go to school and stuff. And then, it's like they sit there and say, oh, well, you're not educated. So then it's like they'll use these talking points, you guys, and I'll just kind of get to my point a little bit, but because I'm trying to catch my words to make sure I'm saying that out of the way on TikTok. So that's why I'm kind of struggling here. But it's like the lady on there, like she's calling us dirty. And then like the lady was talking about, oh, I went to a family reunion with a black family and I was around them. And it's like, oh, so what do you have in common with black people? Oh, racism. So you really don't know anything about black people. And then she goes on to talk about what it was like with her with a teacher with school. And I found that to be passive aggressive racism. Because that's one of the things that they use. They always mention they're so educated and all of this. It's like, stop attacking us and try to be cute about it. And then when we come for you, you want to call everybody names. Like you want to call people the B word. You want to call people stupid. because we're bringing to your attention your behavior that needs to change, right? These girls got on this whole podcast just to say a bunch of negative things about foundational Black Americans. What is it that is bothering them so much about us changing our name to be an FBA? Why is that such a problem for them? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand what's the problem. And we're educated. What do you think? Like, how do they think they got HBCUs? Why do they think they exist? We created our
Be-
own schools. You know what I
because
mean, guys?
yeah, because they honestly in their mind think that they are going to replace us in America, and they will never. They You're never going to replace us. We are going to be here regardless if they ship us out 1,000 more times. We still going to be here. You cannot get rid of us. We are the blueprint, not only for America but for the entire world, and they
Okay.
hate to admit that.
Sasha,
Yeah.
there's this woman in the chat room named Sasha. If y'all find her, time her out, and I'm gonna have
Yeah,
this
she's been
room.
spamming.
Yeah, I'm gonna have this room in here. Time her out, mute her. If she wants to come up, she can come up, but she can't say anything else in the chat room. She's done for that. That's over with.
My
Yeah,
thing
that's
is,
over with.
I've been watching her, but you see me going back and forth with her, right?
Yeah, I
She
saw
won't
you.
answer that. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
I
saw you.
think that she's saying Jamaicans were fighting back, and I said, well, they need to go fight the Brits for them beaches and the Asians for their jobs, because there's videos of them out there crying over that. These people have their priorities mixed up. We aren't their fight. We could possibly be their help, but they eroded that. They really dropped the ball on that. Do
And
you agree, Afro? We
I
have
agree. And
championed the
here's the thing.
diaspora.
Here's how that like I said excuse, and why when I said I'm glad you told that excuse, because that's a real example of somebody using the exact excuse I say they use all the time. All right, say they use that all the time, and she used it. Let's say that's the case. Why don't they say, hey, you know what, y'all, we were wrong about them. They not really like this. All of this stuff was. When do y'all learn from the propaganda? Y'all been acting this way for generations and blaming it on propaganda. At a certain point in time, y'all supposed to analyze that and learn from the propaganda.
Guys, can
That's
I make a
because they don't really want to learn. That's the thing. They're using that as an excuse when we call them out like, oh, it's not our fault. No, at a certain point in time, enough of y'all know. So if enough of y'all know, then we should be getting less and less of it. It should be a rarer and rarer event. Now we're seeing it's becoming way more loud, way more bigoted, and way more frequent. Okay? Why is it amping up? If it's just the propaganda, it shouldn't be amping up. It should be dying down. People should be learning. It should be dying. If it was just the propaganda, but it's not. We're seeing this more often than we have ever. So no, it's not propaganda. Stop that. That's a lie. Stop that.
That's a lie. They've been doing this too long. We created our own colleges. We created our own doctor's office, the whole medical institution. The way they do prenatal care for women is from black midwives. That's what they mirror the prenatal ward after. When you look at the EMS and ambulances, that come from black people taking their people to the hospital because they couldn't go to a hospital nearby and they needed help while they were getting there. This is stuff we created in our own, in a country where we were really oppressed. So then you come here and tell us that we're ignorant and we don't know anything. You know, if you guys took a couple pages out of our book, maybe you could fix your homelands and you wouldn't have to flee. And don't tell us that you don't, because if I'm not mistaken, the term is Japa. Isn't that what that means in Nigeria? Like what, flee? You know, I'm tired of that. Like, we have done so much and we deserve our flowers, and we are sick and tired of being put down by these people who are sick and tired of getting responded to for their disrespect. They've been getting away with it too long, and now we're saying something.
Yeah. And this didn't just start on TikTok, because that's going to be the new narrative. Y'all started this on TikTok. No, this didn't. Okay. Let me see. Let's see. Let's go to Foundation. You good? You back?
Yeah, I'm good now. I'm in a good area.
Okay.
Thank you for having me again, once again. The reason why they're going to continue that narrative, because it's something called confirmation bias, right? It's something called confirmation bias. I don't know what that noise in the background, but yeah, it's something called confirmation bias. They look for the propaganda, right? They know, they understand the white team media show implicit biases, which is 3% of our community that do 95% of the crime, but they make sure they promote it 95% of the time by design. And the immigrant class look for that as confirmation bias, as a way to kind of aha got you moment to humble our people, because they know we the richest, they know we the most imitated, they know we the most everything, so they gotta find something that's wrong to say something about it. That's what it is. It's not that they don't know, they infants or anything like that. They look for things, right? See, we don't do stuff like that. We don't go in their news and go to their media and look on their content and find what's wrong. They do stuff like that because it's an inferiority complex. Now, when it comes down to it, what I said earlier, I was breaking down the whole movie. It's so sad that it's to the point where they bring in a diaspora war movie, right? And I was bringing down how symbolic that is of the lady waiting outside the house praying for the downfall of our people, right? If you look at that clip, she's praying for the downfall, and that's in direct correlation to real life. Our house is the United States of America, right? And that's what she prayed. They be praying outside the house. And so when our loving Black Americans, right, the we of the world, the ones that want to be the carpet that the world step on, allow them and embrace them, that's exactly what they do. They eat them politically. They eat their political energy, their economic energy, and their social energy, right? Because this is symbolic. I know that, and she really ate in that movie, but in real life, symbolically, that's what they're doing. They're energy vampires. They eat our energy to heal their own countries, and they've been doing it for the last 65 years. So although that's a movie, that's literally in direct correlation to what they've really been doing for the last 65 years, snatching and taking from, because we are too loving and don't know how to draw a line in the sand. See, the thing about a lot of these people is they think it's a brand new, fresh start when they come over here. So they say things like dirty Black Americans or something like that. But then when you look at their homelands, you looking like, hold on, you saying dirty what? Your whole homeland look like a dump truck. You guys defecate in the streets. Are you serious? I know you joking. You guys are making 87 cents an hour, literally $1,800 a year. That's not even our 2011 minimum wage. That's not even our 2007 minimum wage. Matter of fact, I don't know when the last time we had a minimum wage of 87 cents an hour. That was probably in the 60s and the 50s. So you guys that's talking crazy here in this country off the backs of our ancestors, where you have expedited success off the backs of our ancestors that came after everything was easy, want to talk crazy here, but in your homelands, you making what we was making in the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, not even in our 2026 minimum wage, which was way in the 20s. This is crazy. So that means our poorest of the poorest, right? And let's go with 2011 numbers at $7 and about 70 cents an hour. Our poorest of the poorest in not even a month can make more than what you make in a whole 2 years, is what we're saying right now. Our poorest. And you have the goal to say dirty Black American. Right? So again, I can go all day, but I'm gonna land on that. But I just find it really interesting that people think that there's a clean slate over here and they're the smartest, the fastest, the strongest, and all this stuff, but we're not seeing the work odd in their country. We're not seeing the strongest, the fastest in their own country. We seeing something different, family, when we have this conversation. So that's the thing. So they want to sit there and have an expedited success. I'm gonna land on this. It took me when I was younger 2 hours to go to the mall from the bus. Then I had to go to a million stores and pray to God I get a job. They came when it's easy, when you can go to Indeed.com, do a million applications, and by tomorrow you get a job. And then want to wag your finger. I know you lying. Let me get ahead and go, because these people crazy. We get up.
This man busy. Hey, look. Yeah,
Apple,
they
can I
are.
point
And
something out?
somebody in the chat room was all like, well, the cost of living is a lot different, so that's a bad comparison. Well,
One minute,
no,
Mo.
because even if you want to say that, the fact of the matter is that you guys are being exploited and you guys are in poverty. That's why he's bringing that up. You all as and especially in Haiti. And I know it seems like we've been beating Haitians up a lot, but y'all been the loudest thus far. Y'all are in extreme poverty. Poverty in America, there's no state, no city in America where the poverty is as bad as the poverty
Right.
elsewhere. There's nowhere in America, and it almost has never been that bad where we've experienced that level of poverty. The closest we've ever experienced that level of poverty is actual chattel slavery.
Yeah.
Damn.
Besides that, we've been
Yeah.
doing better than pretty much every other nation since then.
Can I
So
say
that's
this?
what he's
Oh.
bringing that up for.
Can I say this real quick, Afro? And that's the thing. See, these are called copium excuses, right? Because the reason why the cost of living is different is because of the 50 to 250,000 inventions that made this country a first world country. Chat, do me a favor. Can you remind them, chat, and let them know and type in all the inventions that our people and we're going to be going for an hour. And I appreciate y'all, right, to kind of remind them on why the cost of living is a little different. Thank you. And so we stayed. That's the difference. We didn't flee a country and ran somebody else. This is why the cost of living is different. This is why the dollar's power. Let's be clear. Powerful. Let's be clear. No, I don't want to hear, well, you guys in other countries, because before 1865, we were still the richest melanated people on earth, driving cars. Matter of fact, I challenge you to go on Google and type in pictures, Black Americans in the early 1900s, and then type of pictures of how y'all looked in your respective countries. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to let you do the homework. And I'm going to just say it's not going to look pretty, and it's going to look pretty on this side. So
Yeah,
what I'm
can
saying, is Mo D, I'm not gonna stop coming off your mic. So what I'm saying is this, right? We're not gonna sit here and make copium excuses because you fled and failed, and now you want to say, oh, well, it's a first world country. Yeah, off the backs of us staying here, pushing through in the belly of the beast, and not only made a way for ourselves, but made a way for you to flee your country and come here and be prosperous. And we on code with that. But when you start to undermine our people, that's when we have an issue. And this is my last point, and I promise I'll be quick, right? The moment we start speaking truth, right? Because I saw somebody say, well, full of hate. Wow, that's bad. Oh my God. The moment we start speaking truth, now we get the boogeyman names, xenophobic, hatred, jealousy, and all these boogeyman names. I never said I hated anyone. I never said I disliked anyone. I never said any of that, right? All I'm doing is speaking facts. Just because it touched you on an internal level and you don't like the facts, that doesn't mean it's any of those boogeyman names. You just don't like
Yep.
to hear the facts. See, that's how y'all gaslight. Y'all can say anything in the world. We literally have a woman up there, right there, that said dirty Black Americans, which is actual hate. But the moment I start speaking truth about your homelands and the facts of the history, now I'm the one that's Xeno? That's interesting. You guys are different and weird. I land.
Yeah, real talk. It's the
And shout out
reality.
to the chat still going with the invention. Shout out to the chat. Go ahead, my bad, bro.
It's speaking of the chat, y'all tap the screen. Everybody, let's do a mass tapping. We can get up to two. Damn, I didn't even know we was that close. Okay.
We get
We
different
real
too.
close.
Can I
We at
jump in there?
We
200,000,
did
right?
too.
Okay, we right there. We right there. Mo D, you want to say something very badly. So what's on your mind, Mo D?
Yeah, I'm also from
Where you
Nigeria.
from? Where are you from, Mo D?
Senegal.
You're from where?
Senegal.
Senegal. Okay.
Yeah. So what's sad is that I've been listening to you talking about how African fall into the negative propaganda of Black American, and at the
Okay.
same time, I hear you repeat the same propaganda you've heard about Africans, which is totally false.
Before we go there,
Yeah.
let's and here's something that I'm glad there's a lot of people in here. In 2026, what we're going to have to do is all adults, we're going to have to learn the definitions of the words we're using. Okay? Because
Okay.
we have people using words not even out of context, just the complete wrong definition of that word. And we're having arguments and everybody's using the same words, meaning some very different things. All right. What is the
Yeah.
definition of propaganda, Modi?
For me, the propaganda is a
Not for
lie.
you, not your interpretation of it. What is these
Okay.
words actually mean things? What is the definition of propaganda?
like this is the spread of information for political or economic purposes, basically to spread a narrative on something or on a group of people by spreading information. Some of them may be true, but what I would call what you're calling describing Africa is more disinformation and misinformation. It's not
Okay.
even propaganda.
Well,
So,
propaganda.
yes,
So we all know, because y'all use propaganda. Propaganda is mainly based on false or biased information.
and
Okay,
that's what I
that's why we
believe.
call things propaganda. If we give a statistic that has been verified by numerous sources, that is not propaganda. Okay, if we say something
Okay,
that has happened
but can
historically,
I
that has
explain to
been
you?
verified to happen historically, that is not propaganda. You not liking something doesn't make it
Okay,
propaganda. Okay.
okay.
So with that being said, go ahead.
If you don't like my definition, I'll call them
No, well,
lies
it's
then.
not
You
no,
need to
because
decide.
your definition is not
Well, I
the
use it.
definition.
Yeah,
So
but
when
you've
let's
never
use the
been.
same
How many of
definition for the
you?
word propaganda.
How many of you? Okay, let me. I want to gonna use the word propaganda. I'm gonna say misinformation, which is lies, meaning like numbers that are like
Okay.
maybe facts that are basically embellished to make it look like what it's worth. First of all, you mentioned tribalism. Tribalism is a very small issue in Africa. And
Really?
again, I know, yes, yes. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to challenge you. Show me one example, give me two examples of tribalism in Africa. And no, don't tell me about rivalry between Igbo and Yorubas because that happens between Italians and whatever group. I'm talking about like don't tell me about wars. Those are jihadists are mercenaries of the West because those so-called jihadists, the definition of jihad is the war against
That
non-Muslim.
is not the definition, sir. That is
Come
not the
on, man.
definition of
I
jihad.
No,
know the
is you
definition of
actually not.
jihad.
You've been giving wrong definitions to a lot of stuff.
G
And
G
what you're
G.
trying to do,
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let me
is you said tribalism's not that bad, and then you're trying to discount all of the other
Right.
things.
no, no, no,
You went
no.
out of your way.
Jihad is,
Okay,
oh my
give
God.
me
You
two
gotta let me
examples of
finish.
tribalism, but not this,
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
not this, not
Give me
this, not
two.
this, not this, not this,
Like,
not
what
this, not
the
this. Okay,
hell?
Okay,
oh,
okay, okay.
Afro, you didn't see
Let
what
the
are
me
you
so
comments,
doing?
let me
but they said Mo D asked Tariq the same question yesterday.
okay,
I
okay,
just read the
okay, okay.
comments. You
I
was
Wow.
on
stop there.
Tariq's live yesterday, Mo?
Okay, let me ask you a question, right?
He ain't gonna
Give
answer.
me jihadism
No,
sits
no,
down in
no, no. You said now you're saying that we're spreading misinformation or
yeah,
propaganda about your tribalism. Yes or no? Is that what we're doing?
the same misinformation you heard is what you're falling for. The
Oh,
same thing
no,
you
okay.
accuse.
So tribalism
So
is
give me
not that
examples.
bad.
Give me
Is
examples.
what you're
Give me
saying,
examples.
right?
Give me examples.
No, I'm
Because
asking
it's
you.
tribalism.
No, this ain't that. I'm asking
Yeah,
you. Try because
yeah.
you're making the statement that we're incorrect.
Yes,
Tribalism isn't that bad.
yes.
Then what is the cause of you guys not unifying and liberating your country or advancing your country? What is the cause of the
But
fact
you
that you
change
guys
it.
are so
But you
disunified?
change it. I asked you a question. If you say
No,
there's
no, no, no,
tribalism in
no.
Africa,
You don't get to
okay,
come here and make a statement and then say, prove my statement incorrect. You
Right.
have to,
okay.
the burden of proof
So
is
I'll
on
assume
you.
based on
If
that you don't have
tribalism is not
examples.
that bad, why is there
Yeah.
no unity? Why is there that?
No, there's no unity. You know why?
Why?
Because you have power that, external powers, the YT and European, who don't want to see a united Africa.
No,
So,
no, dude, no.
okay, let
If
me
it
finish.
wasn't
At
for
least,
y'all
let me finish.
tribalism, there would
Agree.
be no YT and there would be no Europeans over there. Europeans are capitalizing off of your tribalism.
Yes, exactly. You're right. Something we can agree on.
Oh, so
But
if
that's the
that's the
reason.
case, then tribalism is
No,
that
no, no,
bad.
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, no. They're capitalizing on
Like, what is
our
he trying to
lack
say?
of. Oh my God! They're
Yeah.
capitalizing on our lack of unity. They
Who's
try to
on?
instigate, but the people who are dividing the people are not the people. It's the leaders, the
No,
elites.
No,
What
we're
the fuck are
separating
you talking
ourselves from
about,
y'all
sir?
because y'all came over here being
And that's
very
perfectly
disrespectful to
fine.
Black
Go
Americans
ahead.
That's perfectly
after we
fine. But
welcomed y'all with
still,
open arms.
Hold on.
So
but
you can
still,
keep talking. You can stop gaslighting with all that propaganda and shit because we're living off of real lived experiences. We
okay, okay,
experience y'all people in public. We're around y'all
okay,
people in workplaces. We're around y'all people in
okay.
hospitals. We're around
I
y'all
ask
people in
you,
schools and grocery
I ask
stores.
you to,
We know
I
how y'all treat us and how y'all act towards us. And then y'all got the nerve and the angst to come online and talk shit about Black Americans while standing on
I
soil
don't
that
think
we
I
have
have.
ancestors buried in. So the
I don't
white
think
man
I
ain't have
have.
to tell us shit. Y'all told us that y'all wasn't shit, and we believe y'all now.
Okay, I hope you took
Man,
the
Period.
steps of
you
the
talking
African
about
Bible.
propaganda. I want
Yes.
y'all to understand he comes up here and this is their defense of tribalism because they don't care to end tribalism. Apparently, we
Well,
bring up
they don't even
tribalism
talk
as
about
more of an
tribalism.
issue than they do.
Can you give me an
Tribalism
example?
should be their number one thing to get rid of. That should be their
Boss,
top priority.
boss,
And the
Especially
only
if
boss.
you
time
would
you
be
hear
so
anything
important.
about
Let's do it
tribalism is
exactly.
when we bring it up. They don't bring it up on their own volition. And the only time they mention it is to say, like he just said, it ain't really that bad. If he feels like tribalism ain't that bad, then he's not going to try to solve it. He's going to make it seem like it's not nothing to be solved. None of them do. They don't have conversations about how to end their tribalism. They only the only time they bring it up is when they defend it. The only time they bring it up is when they belittle it. Okay?
Right, right.
But
You know
not
what's
only is it
crazy?
not their
You know
fault,
what's
it really
crazy?
wasn't their
Af.
damn
Oh,
fault.
sorry.
Go ahead. It's all right. I just said it wasn't their fault because he said it wasn't not only is it not a problem, but it ain't their damn fault, which is bullshit. Because if y'all want to, if we so unified, whose fault it is? There's a reason why we ain't unified. If unity is so damn important, like these tethers keep coming up here and say, then wouldn't getting rid of tribalism be a priority? It should be a priority, not trying to belittle
Yeah.
and act like it's not there.
It's not there, but it is there. Well, it's not my fault that's there.
But it's
Okay.
not my fault, right? Okay, gotcha. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just get ridiculous, right? And my fault is easy. We always bump like it's crazy. Great mind think alike. But I just find it funny that he don't even know what jihad means. The brother said jihad don't mean that. It means this. But the brother, jihad means to
What does jihad
overcome.
mean?
Hold
What
on.
does jihad mean?
Hold on. Jihad means to overcome, either overcome struggle or to
Are
overcome.
you kidding me?
You don't know what you're talking
I'm a
about, sir.
Muslim.
Now hold
I'm a
Modi,
on.
Muslim.
stop
Now hold on.
speaking.
Hold on. Stop talking because you said I was putting you said I was putting up misinformation and you said it's propaganda. What it says right there, Haiti, 87 cents. $1,800 for the year. I don't need to lie. Anytime I say something, I'm gonna always bring facts when I talk. All right. So again, this is not propaganda when it's actual facts. You don't know what you're talking about, and you can see this is the problem. Y'all come up here because y'all in protect whatever Africa, Haitian, whatever mode you in protect black immigrant mode. You don't care what it is. You just want to come up here and protect, and you'll say whatever ridiculous thing in the world just to try to protect. You really try to say, well, don't say tribalism. Well, don't say religious thing. This is all tribalism, whether it's religious, whether it's jihad, it's all tribalism, family. You trying to find copium excuses on why it's not. That's an issue.
I continue.
Can
Okay,
I
so
jump in there?
Hold on.
tribalism.
Modi, brother, I'm saying brother. That's just an instinct. Honestly, you've made that's just an instinct. That's brother. No.
For real.
Um, uh, you've made your point. Honestly, you've made your
No, no, no.
point.
There's another point I want to touch on: the cost of living. Do you know that
No,
you can
no,
have
you've
Yeah.
made your
in
point that
Africa
we're
with
spreading
$3?
misinformation. What we've said is that we're not spreading misinformation. Okay,
Okay. So can I answer
so
the other
that's the
point he
point.
just
So
made?
we're gonna have to move on then.
Can I have 1 more minute to touch on what he talked about
You
the cost
one
of
more
living?
minute. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In Africa, you can have 3 meals a day for $2. So when you come up with those, and another thing is most people, 90% of the job in my country at least are informal. So they're not calculated in the GDP or whatever number you calculate on. So people in Africa live much better. Well, okay, the standard of living, meaning the infrastructure is higher in the West, but the quality of living is much better in Africa. You can believe it,
You
you
know
may
what's
not
I
funny?
believe it.
Hold on.
I
That
ain't
we
say
got
that.
it. Here's the thing. You know what's funny about that? is that Foundational wasn't even bringing up Africa. He was
Right.
bringing up Haiti.
Yeah.
And you just got in your feelings so bad. You just came up. It just triggered you so bad. And he wasn't even
Phobia.
talking about Africa.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to
again,
say
it
my
goes back to what
contribution.
I said. Look, goes back to what I said. They only come up here to go and protect Africa mode. They don't care. They on
Mm,
autopilot, and they'll tell
mm,
you Africa's a continent with 54 countries. But the moment you say something about Africa, even if it's not their country, they come up here to protect what? All of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So that standard, it changes when it comes to them. But when it comes to us, we got to make sure we specific. We got to make sure we go down to the tribe. Matter of fact, we got to make sure we go down to the blood type because that might not even be in the tribe, right? In order for the this is how sad it gets. If you want to be clear when we have this conversation, 600 million Africans are without electricity. What are we talking about right now, sir?
And therefore,
Or running water. Come on now. There's places y'all don't have running water. There is nowhere in America where anybody lives where there isn't running water.
so
Nowhere.
well, therefore,
No,
you
there is
you
not
have
a
the
single
agenda.
town in
Well,
America that does not have running water. The Amish have
Sandbranch,
running
Texas,
water.
though.
and
Sandbranch,
therefore,
Texas, which is a predominantly
and
black
therefore,
community.
does it
But
mean that you live a better life
You
than them?
said
Moji, can you stop talking for a second, please? Y'all, can I just get 1 minute? I gotta go cook
yeah.
this food real
Go
quick.
ahead, cause we
Can you
done
spell
with
the
Mo.
name of the town,
He's
please, so
over
I can
with.
look it up? The
I
name that doesn't
appreciate
have
y'all.
water.
You said that they don't
Sandbranch, Texas.
Sand
Um,
Branch.
doesn't
as
Okay.
have
in,
running water.
that's kind of why this all irks me. Like when these like Caribbean people are talking out the side of their mouths and not staying in their lanes. Meanwhile, we got bigger things to like focus on, like these white nationalists getting too comfortable, the Klan getting too comfortable, and these lynchings that nobody's talking about because they don't make the news. Is technically like lynching is not um, illegal in the ways that it's supposed to, like kidnapping and taking someone out is illegal, but they won't necessarily acknowledge it as lynching. They'll just say that he took like committed suicide, right? So this is why this bothers me as someone who's half Haitian, half Haitian, and then someone who's like third generation American citizen. Okay, so I think that lady who came on here, I don't think she was even Haitian. I feel like she was a whole cosplayer because
Oh
the fact
my
that she made
God.
like no,
No.
here's why I said that she
Now
just
you're
sounded so
incorrect
stupid.
about Sand Branch, Texas, but go ahead. I
I'm
have family
sorry.
that lives in Texas, not Sand Branch, but go ahead. Go
Heard,
ahead,
heard,
talk.
heard. Um,
And you're an immigrant from where? Where's your family from?
I think she's
no,
Haiti.
Haiti and
Okay.
Guadeloupe, but it doesn't matter. It's just
Okay.
the islands.
Okay, the islands. Okay.
It doesn't really matter. My point
Oh
is,
my
and
God.
let me like triple fact check the city in Texas I was referring to because yes, like they have to actually import
No,
like
it
bottles of
might not
water
be
into it.
clean water, or it might. We've had issues with clean water and purified water, but I said running water. I'm talking about people got to walk and grab buckets to bring. When that don't happen in America. You don't
I
see
got
that in
the
America.
information,
Mhm.
Afro.
Okay.
And
And one
what
thing
it
about
says,
oh, sorry.
1 minute. What it says, she's somewhat correct, but there's a historical context behind it. What it says from the overview is that it's incorporated, meaning it's not exact. It's a historic freedmen's town. That's number one, right? And it also says that it is overlooked because it is not exactly a city or town. It lacks local government to
Yes,
fix the issue. So it's a freedmen's town. We know what freedmen's villages and towns were. After emancipation, they started putting us in places and we started establishing towns. It's been overlooked, but it's primarily black
yes, ma'am.
living there. So
And from what I've looked up, it says it doesn't have safe water, but it does have
okay.
water. But okay. But even if okay, that's not a country. Okay. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not the whole country,
Yeah.
No,
and
I'm not
like that. And
justifying
see,
anything
and
she's
that's the thing I
saying.
don't like, right? What they try to do, they'll probably get a block. Oh, look, that block right there, but their whole country's dilapidated. As they try to do it as an aha moment, but their
mm.
whole country's dilapidated. Like their whole country is not like you. It's not livable. Like people on top of each other,
I
people
agree.
swimming in water to get to their homes. Like we are. What
No,
are
I
we
agree.
saying right now?
I agree with you. No, that's the thing. I
So
agree
let me
with you.
say this: the way that it's situated, it says because of its floodplain structure, it's hard
Hmm.
to get it. I guess it established, and we do know that when they give us land that they didn't take from us, they usually give us the least valuable, and we have to
Yeah.
make it work. That even happened in New York when they gave us land. So
Heard
there's historical context behind that. Who was saying that shot? So
me.
there's always historical context. But
No,
thank
I
you for
agree with
bringing
you.
it to our attention, though.
I agree
Foundation.
with
Can
the
I
country
Okay.
being dilapidated. I agree with
I'm
the
just
country
saying. I'm
being.
just saying. Like, if we want to,
Mhm.
like, let's compare then. Like,
No, I agree with you. I'm
all
not. I'm
right.
not
There
disagreeing with
is
you.
no comparison.
Okay.
Yes, yes, I agree.
What point are you trying to make?
The point that I was trying to make is that the reason
Gonna
why I
deflect to
questioned if she was a
YT people.
no, I wasn't. I wasn't going to deflect for that one. I was going to say I wasn't sure if she was cosplaying like an African cosplaying as a Caribbean person to make a point because she made none of the points like I feel like you were supposed to make as a person who was Haitian. So okay, she's like, "Oh, you just keep saying ignorant things," and she got defensive. I mean, listen, I'm not foundational black. Even if I'm third generation like citizen, I can recognize that foundational black people still have a leg up and they still have more skin in the game or more stakes and they're more deserving of the reparations. So there's like I understand I have a lane to stay in. And
More
that's all
deserving.
More,
We're the
yeah.
only ones
So
in
just go
this
on
land
and
that's demanding because it's owed to us. But the
mhm,
population of Sand Branch is only 80 through 88 people. It's
correct. That's
not
why
a
it's hard for
town
them
full
to
of 1,000. So
get
they
legal
really
toll.
get
Makes sense.
overlooked because they're small in numbers
Yeah, pretty
too.
much.
Yes,
I
Yeah.
just
ma'am.
want to say that nobody who immigrated here is really should think about reparations claims. Like I think y'all got
exactly.
enough just being
Not
able
more. It's
to
only
be in
Yes,
this
ma'am.
country
Okay.
and get
Yes,
grants and
ma'am.
all of
So
that.
we deserve respect and all of that. So I'm waiting on the butt because I know it's coming.
There
So
is no but. I'm agreeing
okay.
with you. I just no, there really is no but. Like
Okay.
I like she needs to stay in her lane. Like that's what I kept saying in the entire time. Like I was like, why are you speaking on this? I'm third generation citizen. I can't speak on this. I cannot speak on reparations. What that would look like. Who deserves it first? Whether it's Detroit or people in DC. I cannot speak on any of that because I'm just third generation citizen. I'm here to help and see where I can get in
Okay.
and fit in. And I kind of need them to kind of get into that mentality a little bit more instead of like yapping off out the side of their mouths because it's kind of this auntie like unsolicited advice like I'm going to tell you what I think you should do. You should stay in your lane. I truly believe that in my heart of hearts.
Well, you
And
kind of did the
then
same thing though.
Now let me
Well,
let me
you
ask you
literally,
this.
I was just about to say that she
Yeah, you
literally
did the
did the
same
same
thing.
thing, and she started off with the but because she said that we should be focusing our gripes and our efforts on the YT people and this and that. We
and
don't need your unsolicited opinion.
I'm sorry if
Right.
that's how it came off as. I think it's because I also
Define
see
what you
myself as
research in
Black
Cambridge.
American
No, don't do that. Please don't do that. You're a
What?
Haitian
You see
Here
American,
we
yourself
man.
as
go. Here
Black
we
American?
go.
because my mom she's Black American.
I thought you
Y'all
said
be
I'm
what
also
doing
a
that a
I
lot.
thought you
I
Okay.
said
don't
Hold
see
on.
No,
Haitian
y'all
Hold
she
being
on.
American.
said
called
third
Black
generation.
American.
Everybody can't
My
talk at
bad.
the
My
same
bad.
time. Everybody can't talk at the same
I thought
I
you
time.
don't
said
see
you
myself
came
as
from two
foundational
That's not
Africans.
how
Black
you introduce yourself, lady. Ma'am, I'm being you introduce yourself as a third generation Haitian.
Right. In another
no no
island. It was
No,
no
you
another
are
island
third.
too.
So
third
now
generation American
now
citizen
it's like
mom.
there's some pushback now. So
No. My dad is my dad. My dad is Haitian. My
mhm.
mom, she's American. That's what I'm
You
saying.
never
So
said that.
So
Your
So
Who
why are you
mom
came
just
from
now
definitely
saying
is
Guadeloupe?
that?
Black
Hold on.
American.
Who came from Guadeloupe?
Right. That's what it was. Guadeloupe.
no, the Guadeloupe and the Haitian, that's like all my dad.
so
So
All
let me
like
you
ask.
that's
just you just
Okay.
really want to say that
Do
you the
you
man.
understand? You
That's
introduced
weird.
yourself because we catching it. You introduced yourself as you was half Haitian and half Guadeloupe.
Right.
Guadeloupe,
no no
whatever,
no.
right?
Okay, I'm
That
sorry
is
if
how you
that's what
introduce
That's
yourself.
definitely how you
Now
introduce
you're saying
yourself.
you have a whole foundation Black
American
American
mother?
parent.
if y'all see the chat because I actually wrote it down in the chat too where I acknowledge that I'm both like I'm part Haitian. That's what I basically was saying. I'm not
Ma'am,
like
that's not true, ma'am. Because you no, hold on.
People in the
Hold on, cause
comments are
hold
saying
on,
you're
hold on, cause she
lying.
said this, right? Because she said, I don't have any skin in the game. Y'all have skin in the game because y'all
Mm-hmm.
been here. Y'all FBA, I know my place. This, that. Now all of a sudden, when they push
Mm-hmm.
back, you said, wait, I'm Black American too. Stop,
That's weird.
ma'am, stop. Please don't play with us.
That's
We don't
weird.
I'm
play
not
games.
trying to insult anyone's intelligence and I'm not trying to come
You
off
are, ma'am.
dishonest.
I'm not gonna lie because
Ma'am,
you. Yeah, let me let Afro do his thing.
ma'am, we heard how you introduced yourself. And then halfway, and you did not at all at one time bring up the fact that you had a Black American parent at all. You made it seem like you were an immigrant and she was wrong for speaking. You said she was cosplaying.
Yeah.
You accused her of cosplaying. You said, oh, she's not really, I don't think she's really Haitian.
Yeah.
As
I
a
don't
way to
know
kind
how
of
to
save face for
mhm.
Haitians. They're like, I don't think that lady was really Haitian. She was probably African. All
I don't
right.
know how to prove to y'all that my mom is a Black American. I mean, and if that's not how I came in hot because I felt so emotional about this conversation because that lady really did make me mad. I really missed my
Let me
opportunity
ask you
to.
this so
Mhm.
we can move on and have, wrap things up eventually,
Heard.
right? What should
I
Haitians be
agree. Third
focused on?
generation is not FBA with from Tiffany with love. I agree with you. It's not.
Is hold on, is your mother the third generation one or not?
No, she's second generation American citizen. I'm third generation.
So you're not
What?
FBA at
What?
Oh
all?
my
Yeah,
You
God.
see what I
you're not
You
mean?
Black African
see?
or anything.
You see what I
What is
mean?
wrong with
Help me,
you?
Hell
God.
no.
What the?
Okay.
This is
Yo, this is
crazy.
Wow.
unbelievable,
This is
y'all.
crazy.
Somebody do the wow.
Boy.
Afro Elite, do the wow.
Because what the fuck?
They be
These people
lying,
are losing
family.
real.
We catch them all the time.
This is
Lying,
crazy.
lying, lying.
The
Okay.
They
delusion is
try to
out of this
blend
world.
in.
This is astronomical delusion right here. This is
This
crazy.
is
Eh,
why,
I'm
yeah.
not really trying to blend in. Like I have,
Ma'am.
I'm trying to tell
ma'am,
you, I have family in Canada and France, and I plan on
ma'am.
doing work in
Wow.
America and going back to France ultimately for
Okay.
my
Okay.
retirement
Minute,
plan.
1 minute. I have a
Okay.
really important question. Why were you
I'm not trying to lie.
researching? Why were you researching that you understood what was going on? Well, you didn't fully understand it, but you could get up here. One of the first things you were saying, you was upset about the conversation because of the water comment. And when you first came up here, you were saying, well, Sand Branch, Texas, they have water issues or they don't have water. You did that. Why are
Ma'am.
you researching what in America has water or not?
Right.
How did
No,
Sand
I
Branch
Yeah.
didn't
come to your
research. I'm
attention?
sorry.
Nefarious
Okay,
intentions.
That's
because
the
here's the
I
first
thing.
think it's
thing you said.
That's the first
yeah.
thing. Wow.
That
I
Yes,
is
don't
it
the
want to
is.
first
make
thing you
y'all
Yes.
said.
mad. I
So
don't want
you
to
were
make y'all
coming up
mad.
here, ma'am. Hold on. You came up here to defend Haitians, which is why that's the first thing you said. And then you tried to discount the other girl being Haitian and said
Right.
she's
Truthfully, the whole
probably not
Sand
really
Branch.
Haitian. She's probably
Mhm.
cosplaying as
The whole
Haitian.
Sand Branch comment, the Navajo struggle with clean water too. Like,
Oh my
I did a
God.
project. I did a project with a friend in Texas about working in Flint, um, whatever work in out west with the reservations for
Ma'am,
the Native
why
Americans,
did you
and then
bring it
Sand
up?
Branch.
Whether you knew it or not, why did you bring it up? That's what BX is asking. You brought it
Heard.
up to defend because you were bothered by the fact that we were talking about the conditions of other countries.
No,
And
I
you've
brought it
brought
up
it up,
because I feel like there's
ma'am.
bigger fish to fry, though. Because
No, because you didn't even go
Yeah.
into that. You
Yeah.
just brought it up as the y'all got it too and move straight. You didn't even elaborate on that. You
in
brought
the
it up
comment
as
sections,
ma'am, don't do that.
mhm,
Okay, don't do that. Don't do that.
I
We're
brought
going
up
to
You
like the
brought it
conversation
up
lynching in the
today.
because
You
you,
on the
country.
path.
I
as
brought
a
up the lynching in the
defense,
country.
you
No, and
brought it
that the
up as a
Klan.
defense, ma'am,
Right.
Okay,
to
if you're
other
That's what
countries. And you've
immigrants
been
do.
trying to defend, Haiti the whole time, which is
Yeah.
why with that other lady, you said she's probably not even Haitian
Haitian.
because you can't even
Right.
defend her statement. So you tried to discount her Haitian heritage
Which is
and said
really
she was
taken.
probably cosplaying.
That's
So
really
you've been
taken for
doing that
Haitian.
the whole time. And then when we start catching you on the fact that all of this, we can't tell you what to do, which is what you did, then you try to lie and deceive people into saying, oh, I forgot to tell you my mom was Black American, which she isn't.
She's not.
And you
anyone who
literally
knows me
argued with
knows
damn
that
near
there's no
everybody
need for
on
me
the,
to lie
ma'am,
about
you
that.
literally argued with everybody on the panel that your mama was a Black American. Turns out she ain't.
She is,
You
Say
but
say
it's
that.
less.
okay.
You
It's
just said
okay
she
if
was
you don't
second
believe me.
generation.
Ma'am,
No,
you
but it's
just
okay
She
said
if you
she
don't
just
was.
believe
said
me.
she's
Do you
second
know who your mama
generation
is? Like,
immigrant.
what are you talking
She
about?
can't be a Black American. Literally, she can't be. She literally cannot be if you saying she's
Her
second gen.
mama
That don't
is
make
Oh
sense.
my.
a
My
different thing
dad is
every other sentence. What's
Haitian,
going
and
on?
my mom, she's second generation. Okay, to be specific, so that we're all
So
clear.
that's
Anything after
not a
second
black
generation is none of the above.
American.
It's not Black
We're
American.
just torturing the
Okay,
We know
so
lady.
if my dad
that's
is
not
not
something
You
you
Black
are
say
a
for
American,
the
then I'm
sake
second
of
not a
being
Black
fun of our
American.
generation.
lineage. It's second anything. When that's second generation's anything. So you're disqualified. As soon as you say second generation, you disqualify the lineage. Do you understand? She
I'm
cannot
not
be
FBA.
a
I
FBA.
agree. I'm not
You're not
FBA.
FBA, you're not Black
Black
American, you're
American.
not African American, you're not Black, ma'am. You
You're
are
not.
a Haitian descendant. That's fine. But let me tell you something.
Heard.
Y'all will
Okay.
never have an ethnogenesis on this land because you wasn't isolated the way Black Americans were. You don't have to rebuild your culture if you still have ties and know you're Haitian, ma'am. You can still
Hey, I just
practice
want to
your
make a
culture
Heard.
comment.
freely without
You guys can
discrimination. But cosplaying us and then stepping in and out of our ethnic group is wrong. It causes an erasure to my people. And that's why we're frustrated with y'all too. That's why
I
many of us are
understand that.
saying we back ICE. Right? And I want to know why you researching for talking points, man. You
Okay.
can visit this platform any other time and come up here and say, look, guys, I've been, you did it in a time when we were going back and forth and having a disagreement with somebody, and you view that person as your own over Black Americans being your own, and you came up here to defend her, man.
You did.
It's
You jumped
tyrant.
off the mic
If
because
that's
we
okay,
didn't. It wasn't your turn to speak. You jumped off the mic by saying that. You
Yep.
said saying. You said saying something Texas.
that
We.
was
It
that was
wasn't
my
your.
What the
No,
mistake.
Southern
ma'am.
can
It was
relate
not
to.
your turn to speak, and you jumped off the mic and said it, and then we just
Yes,
went
sir.
in.
No,
Okay.
I agree. That was very stupid of me. I'm gonna have to take that on the chin because that was my fault. Just to land the
Ma'am,
plane
the
because
whole
I
thing
do
was
want to.
No,
stupid.
Yeah, okay,
ma'am.
I agree.
It just
Um,
admit. First off, the reason why y'all are in that
my mom is
condition
a.
is because y'all have this allergy of honesty. Be honest. Be honest. The reason why you came up here to speak in the first place, the reason why you get off the mic and brought up that small little town in Texas, the reason why you are trying to discount that woman from being Haitian is because you're trying to defend immigrants and particularly Haitians. That's the reason. And you're trying to make it seem like you're not doing that. Be honest. Yo, knee jerk reaction, okay? Y'all cringe to honesty is why y'all can't solve any problems.
Okay, fair. Haiti did find. Haiti was like a Haitian man was the founder of the city in Chicago, historically speaking.
Oh
No,
my
no, 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 no,
Haitians.
God.
no.
You're
No,
still
hold on.
crying.
It was
Wow.
a trading
I thought you would have
post
gave
That
your
was so
man.
laugh.
funny.
And even the lady
This
said
is
she
crazy.
doesn't know if he was a Haitian. He was more likely mulatto, and it was a Haiti at the time. Y'all got to stop doing this. Y'all did not help us win our emancipation
Wow.
because I know y'all going into that too. And at one time, y'all was in Savannah. We lost.
Yeah.
We've been rebelling way before Haiti even won 1804. And instead of bothering us, go beat that one hit wonder record. Do that.
And can we be clear?
Damn.
And can we be clear about something? That person was used as a tool for the YT to expand in that area because there was already a people there. That's why I found it. Found it means there was already a people there, and you built on top, and if there's something there that you built on top of it. So what happened was he was utilized as a tool in for the YT supremacy to move for them to be able to move in that area. So that's nothing to really be proud of. And it wasn't called Haiti at the time. He was actually a French and mixed French and something else, but he wasn't really a Haitian. Let's be clear. But I'm gonna land on that though.
We're gonna move on. Now about that, let's just move on now.
Just make one comment before you
No,
move
you
on.
can't. We're gonna move on to Tis is back so we can get to the new speakers who haven't spoken yet.
It's CT is back. Hey,
Tis
family,
is back.
salute.
How you doing?
This is what I want to say to us, right? Um, One of the things that I've been noticing, it's like a destiny swap with these people, right? And so you have a lot of them that come and they say, oh, well, you FBAs, Sulans, you guys are xenophobic, you guys are full of HAT, but they stay up in our comments, they stay up in our lives, even when we're not focusing up on them. They look to our lives to be able to rage bait. Have you guys noticed that ever since this election, all of a sudden everybody wants to be Black American prior to this? They were either Nigerian, Ghanaian, Colombia, wherever it was that they was from. And when we said that we were Black American, oh, there's no such thing as Black. You're not Black American. Now, all of a sudden, everybody wants to be Black American, right? And it's just crazy. Our biggest mistake was 1965. And what they don't understand is we understand that our ancestors they did what they thought would be best for us, but it ended up messing us up in the biggest way possible. And so right now we are cleaning up a lot of the stuff that shouldn't have happened, because what a lot of these groups don't understand is when you disrespect us, you disrespect the people that paved the way for you to be able to come up over here. They had to pay up in blood for you to be able to come up over here. And we're not doing that anymore. So if you call it hateful, xenophobic, well, I got to spell it out, HATEFUL, whatever it is that you want to call it, we up in our homeland. We don't owe nobody nothing. Ain't nobody helped us do nothing at all. At all. Y'all biggest problem is you don't like the word no. You want to appropriate our culture. You want to tell us that we're nobody. You got different media outlets that didn't put us up on the news telling you our accomplishments, and y'all still want to try to make it seem like that we don't even exist. We not nobody. And the crazy part about it is the people that has systematically harmed you guys up in your homelands, y'all don't have no smoke for them. But you got all this smoke for us. And you know why? Because really, deep down inside, y'all envious and y'all jealous of us. Because regardless of what you want to say or however you want to feel, you wish that you could be us. You wish that the struggles and the sacrifices that our ancestors went through, our culture comes from struggle. It comes from pain. It comes from things that they had to go through. So they sung their way up out of their cries. They was able to sing their way through freedom to freedom. They were able to build. They were able to do all these accomplishments while they were up over here going through hell. And y'all had your own homelands where y'all had a head start. And so you're mad that there's one group of people that you look down on because you wish that you was us. And you know, when it comes to these white tea people, you know that y'all look like failures. Because, yeah, they don't like us, and we understand that too. But they really don't like y'all. They just use y'all because they know that they can use y'all. But see, now they have figured out that they don't need y'all no more to go against us. What they've been able to figure out throughout history is everything they have sent our way, they haven't been able to destroy us. Everything that they have tried to do to us, they have never been able to break us. So they brought y'all up over here to try to join forces with them to be able to do that. And now they realize y'all ain't no good. So they don't need y'all no more. And the one group that you had as your strongest ally, the one group that has never systematically done anything to harm any of you other groups, even through our pain when you guys were crying and going through different things, we had y'all back. It's always been us. But see, over the last 60 years, when you guys had the opportunity to show us that you wanted unity, you showed us that you don't like us. You've shown us disrespect. You've shown us how you've been in bed with these white tea supremacists. And now, because we're saying no, see, you thought that we were lower class. You thought that we was remedial. You thought that we wasn't smart enough to pay attention, that y'all was in bed with these people the whole time. Let me give y'all a little bit of history lesson about us. We watch everything. We listen to everything. Just because we're silent doesn't mean that we're not paying attention. See, it's always been one band, one sound with us, even with the civil rights movement. We didn't just jump out there to let everybody know what we're doing. We strategize before we move. So it's one band, one sound. And the one band, one sound is y'all not like us. You're not us. Whatever issues you got going on with these white tea people, it ain't our problem. We tried to help y'all. You didn't already show that you up in bed with them. And now y'all skirmishing around because y'all didn't figure out that, oh, we didn't gave them up. We didn't show them that we've been up in bed with these white tea people the whole time. And now these white tea people about to come for us. Yeah, they coming for y'all here, and they coming for y'all up in y'all homelands. Since you big, bad, and bold, and you got all this smoke for us, what y'all gonna do? Because soon as they deport you up over there to your homelands, you can best believe they already told your government, the ones that we send back up over here, they useless. We can't use them. Y'all better handle them. Y'all about to pay. The people up in y'all homelands is about to pay for what y'all have done up over here. And the one group, you look at our bottom 10% and want to try to make it seem like it's the majority of us. We've heard that we don't have no fathers. Who did y'all hear that from? You sit up there and listen to social media and these white tea people and everything. We know our fathers. We've built the HBCUs for y'all to be able to come up over here. Everything that y'all talk about, how you talk about, oh, well, y'all up on EBT, you get food stamps, something that you don't have up in your homeland. When y'all get hungry up over there, Sally Struthers got to make commercials about you. The difference between us and you is if we go hungry, we have created systems to where our people don't have to starve. We have created systems to where the world, that a white tea lady doesn't have to make a commercial for us for over 19 years to tell the world that we are hungry, we ain't got no health care, and we got swollen stomachs, and our kids' rib cages is showing. We know about when y'all get up over here into immigration and how they show y'all the worst of us. But you know the reason why y'all mad? Because a lot of y'all get up over here and you actually see the best of us. You see how we have built this nation from the ground up. Y'all the majority up in your homelands, and y'all ain't been able to do not even half of what we've been able to do. And that's why you're mad. And now you're crashing out. And now you're just showing us that everything that we've been seeing and everything that y'all been saying, the Akatas, the Jareers and everything, y'all been telling us how y'all feel. But unlike you, see, y'all don't understand how we get down as a people and how we've always been. We've been hearing the disrespect. We've been seeing the disrespect. So now we saying, okay, go ahead and stand up on it. And now y'all mad. And the crazy part about it, instead of y'all trying to get right, y'all still trying to disrespect us even more. You just nailing the nail up into the coffin. We already had a funeral, but y'all just really put yourself up underground. So guess what? For now on, since we xenophobic, since we HATEFUL, and we all these different things, don't worry about us. Worry about yourselves. Get up out of our country. Go to your homelands. Fix that. Worry about your people and don't worry about us because we good. At the end of the day, we are all that we have and all that we ever had. We ain't never had
Wow.
these white tea people and we ain't never had y'all neither. So we ain't gonna lose no sleep no matter what. And at the end of the day, baby, we up in our homeland. So whatever happens, we'll be ready for it like we always have been ready for it. And another thing, y'all know that we the chosen people. That's why y'all mad, huh? But I would be careful if I was you, because see, things are changing around. If y'all ain't noticed the people that's been coming against us, we ain't been helping. And it's been judgment. So y'all keep on. We ain't helping no more. That's why we holding back. And another reason why y'all getting mad
I'm gonna give you
is
about
because
30
any
because we gotta wrap
I'm
it
about
up.
to wrap
So
it up.
She
I'm about
left
to wrap it up
already.
real quick. I'm about to wrap it up real
you said
quick.
what,
And
BX?
another reason why y'all mad is because
The
y'all
baby left.
understand
She
that
ain't
while
on the
we was
stage no more.
protesting, marching, and everything else, we was shielding y'all judgment. We not doing that no more. Tell y'all people up in y'all homelands to help y'all fight this battle up over here. We done with it. Stay up off our pages, worry about your own people, and keep our names up out your mouth. Good luck.
Appreciate that.
Forgot allegedly.
Now the chat room mad at me. They all like, let her cook, let her cook. The chat room upset. Like, I got stuff I gotta finish up. No, it's,
Nah,
I've been
brother, we
trying
get
to
on her
wrap
about
this
that,
up for
bro.
the last 30 minutes now.
I'm not tripping on. She sound like Halo.
No, that's
Did I
Halo.
not? Am I tripping?
It's
No,
not Halo.
that
But I
is
know
not
it's not
Halo.
Halo, but she sound like Halo. Am I tripping? Maybe they ain't from the same area or something, but I definitely heard Halo in her cadence.
Look at Arawak. Ignore Arawak. He's from the islands. We don't do Pan American Indianism. We ain't asked Haiti for no help. We ain't asked Jamaica for no help. So I don't know what he talking about.
Can I say something really quick before we wrap up the
Yeah,
live?
yeah. Go ahead.
The only thing that I really came up here to say, do anybody know where this podcast is hosted at? I'm assuming New York, right?
Yeah, it is.
More,
It's in
yeah,
New
I
York.
assume so too. I'm
I don't
pretty sure
know.
It
it
is.
is.
It's in
We
New
gotta
York.
catch
It's all the way
straight
from New York.
today.
I think that we should elect our best verbal spars and we need to be emailing this podcast because I have to assume that they can't get as aggressive as another host would because it is their podcast. But I'm telling you, that whole interview would have went down differently if somebody like me, BX, Afro Elite, ZZ, If one of us was up there sitting on that couch,
Mm.
the way he was like, "Hold on, what you say?" And then she was like, "Huh?" You know how people play in your face like that? Why you ain't want to repeat it? When I
Yeah, but
checked you about it, why you ain't want? Why you talking about huh? And then when he repeated what she said, she was like, "Oh, you heard what I said, so why did you ask me what I said?" No, I want you to say it with your full chest. Like
right.
he needs somebody that's going to be up there applying pressure. And I know that it's YouTube and they have certain guidelines and conditions and rules of engagement so that way you could stay monetized. But I think that there are some people like Ishmael, like Love I Am, like
Well,
you
Love
know,
Jones is in New York, if you know her.
but
For
I
the
don't
U.S.
know who's
Welfare.
in New York that
Um,
could. No, he didn't check her. He didn't really check her like she needed
because
to be checked.
let me tell you this, Amara. The reason why she felt so emboldened to say that is because there were no women in the room. There was no FBA women in the room. She did that in a room full of men, from what I saw. And so that's why he can't drive the point home. And I think they were kind of enamored with her, except for the one was like, "What you said?" And the other two may not even be Black American. He may be the lone Black American in the
No,
room.
the
I was
Eli,
gonna say that.
that's kind of the main guy. He's an FBA. The
Okay.
other dude is Trinidadian and something else. I know he's
Mhm.
Trinidadian. And then another dude is bi ethnic. He's half FBA and half Jamaican.
Mhm. Now,
The
was
light
See, I
skinned
Eli
guy
the
knew
is
one
half
asking
FBA, half
her?
that's
Jamaican.
kind of I knew it had
Yeah.
to be something because they kiki too much with the
Well, now
disrespect. That's
Eli is
not the first
FBA though.
time they kikied.
But
Go
Yeah,
is
ahead,
he was
Cecily.
Eli
Go
not
the
ahead.
one that
FBA.
gave the
Eli
pushback?
is FBA. The guy with the braids is only
Well,
FBA.
the only reason why I
Yeah.
wanted to say that too is because I also watched when they had the old head African dude up there looking like Fela Kuti talking about Black Americans didn't have no culture. And I feel like they should have pressed him. I don't know. Like I said, I can't, that's not my channel. So
Hmm.
I'm not but I feel like they need more aggressive panelists that are the opposition because if they aren't
Yeah.
comfortable to be as aggressive as they need to be, then one of us needs to go on there. Want somebody that's in close proximity to New York or that's already in New York to be able to apply the pressure that needs to be applied because this stuff is getting too televised, it's getting too much traction, and is I don't like how docile. I hope y'all get what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're
No, to
docile.
be
I'm
I
honest,
get
saying
you too,
to
Yeah.
be
Amara.
honest,
I get
I'm
you.
not, because I brought this up on YouTube when we talk about the guy Frank. And I get, when you host a program that you want to continue, you want to host a program.
Mhm.
So there's only so much you can do to a guest. There's only so much you can say about a guest.
Yeah.
You can check them a little bit, but going in on them as a host, there's a restriction that you're going to have if you want to maintain a successful platform. So I
Can
Yeah.
do
I?
understand that. And the thing is that they know that. So it allows them to say, well, I can kind of get my shit off real quick, and then they gonna say something, then we're gonna move on. Cause you see, there's several times it was all like, you know what? Let's just move on. Cause they don't want it to be no thing where they get demonetized or anything like that. So
Yeah,
as the
but just
host, they're trying to protect the platform, but by doing so, it kind of allows them to kind of just like get their shit off real quick and then move on.
I agree with what you're saying, but as soon as she would have said dirty Black Americans, I would have brought up how they literally eat dirt cookies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Conversation would have been over. It wouldn't have been nothing else to talk about after that. We
cause
ain't
it's
talking
hard
about
for
nothing else
me.
after that.
It's hard for me to believe. Like just a gentle touch, right? It's hard for me because can I be real, family? That used to be a red pill podcast. Let's be clear. We had this conversation. It used to be. Let's be real. It used to be a red pill podcast, right? And so when they talk about the red pill stuff, I seen the energy get crazy on women when it come down to it, family. I seen them turn up when they want to have them red pill conversations. So that's why I started when I keep seeing them keying when and this is not the first time. This is like the millionth time they get a little pushback as if it really, but they keying with them smiling and everything. I'm not going to be keying if somebody saying dirty Black America. Now I'm not, listen, that's a woman, I understand, but you can be able to have a conversation sternly and make your point across without getting all super toxic and let it be known what you said was wrong. They let it rock. And in the way they let it slide, smiling and That's not funny. I don't see nothing funny about it. It's not a joke. I'm not gonna let nobody play in my face, smile, or none of that, right? Because that's disrespectful. Because had they had said something like that, that would have been no, that would have been forget rival. It would have been Dante Kyle would have been all over it. All of them would have been all the Pan African, all Black Americans, so Zeno, right? It would have been like the news of the day. So I can't give them that leeway. Well, it's because they have Red Pill podcast where it was going off. They actually kicked the woman out on one of their podcast episodes because they felt like she was too disrespectful when it came to that Red Pill topic. So it's hard for me to give them that kind of grace when I seen them in action.
And you know
Who
what? To
they
be
look
fair though, to
familiar?
be to be to be, and I'm like the fact that we all giving different takes and different stances on it. To be fair, Eli, who's kind of like the main character of the
Yeah, he's
podcast,
like the main host.
he's kind of like the main host, main character, kinda. Um, I've seen him shut stuff down a few times, and the rest of them kind of have somewhat, but they not the way they've needed to. I think the whole podcast is a little salt is since they've gone bigger. The whole podcast is done more professionally than it was in the past. There's much less arguing. Even if you want to talk about the times that they bring up women now, they argue and they yell, go back and forth a lot less now. They want to be seen as more professional now. My thing is this: if you want to be seen as more professional and you want to have people on here, and now you want to have a conversation and you want to have a pivot from talking about dating and relationships, which is what they started off talking about, and now you want to talk about history and culture and geopolitics and all of that stuff, you're going to have to need somebody who's going to be there 10 toes on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a fact.
That's the
Consistently.
thing. If y'all are trying to make the transition from a dating podcast to a culture podcast where now y'all bringing Tariq and Umar Johnson on there, if y'all want to make that transition, I support that. But y'all gonna have to be more 10 toes on that, because there's been too many times where they've said something, people like, oh, what that mean? What that mean? And then they moved off to the side. And they moved the conversation and kept it flowing on other things. Okay. And it seemed as if from the clip we saw, because it's on Patreon, we haven't seen the whole thing, but from the clip we saw, Eli was the only one offended by that. The other dude was kind of like, oh, well, she did say that about Haitians too, or whatever the case is, almost in a defensive way, like, hey, man, I mean, it's not really xenophobia. I didn't see the other dude there. I don't know if he was there at all.
I don't think he was in the clip, but the Jamaican guy, he was. He wasn't offended.
Well, that dude is, I know he's Trinidadian.
Is he?
He might
Oh,
be
he's
Jamaican.
Trinidadian.
He's the Trinidadian guy.
Okay.
The light skinned dude, the big light skinned guy, he's Jamaican and FBA.
Okay, yeah.
Right. And I can't help but notice I've seen him get offended off of comments too. The Trinidadian dude doesn't seem to get offended at all. He laughs a lot at those comments. He might not openly agree with it. He's disagreed with comments, but he's always smiling and kind of laughing like he's going to enjoy the back and forth.
Yeah, we gotta watch that. Comments. We gotta watch that. I'm not gonna lie, because I do respect the fact I like what they doing, and I do like a lot of the clips and stuff I see from their podcast. But there is, we got to be honest about the bias there, because we do got an FBA brother up there, but you up there with two other tethers. I mean, well, half tether, half non-FBA, and the one who's completely non-FBA. So I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to stand on FBA business when you're the only person there, and I'm not saying that he got to be an encyclopedia or, got to know all the history of Black America. But I'm saying if you're going to stay 10 toes with all of the plethora of tethers you're going to bring on your show, you might need a little help, especially if you got two people that already have a bias, because the one is halfway from here and the other one is not from here at all. Pan family is not from here at all. So yeah, we got to watch that. I don't think it's no coincidence we keep seeing these. But shout out to them. But we got to be honest.
Yeah, what's interesting is the Jamaican dude, he's come out on platform and says he pretty much don't associate with his Jamaican family. The Jamaican dude has come out. He's come out and said that his Jamaican family don't really accept him. He don't rock with his Jamaican family. He said that a couple times.
Yeah, but even with him not speaking to them, there's still a bias there.
The problem is that if you are going to have these conversations, You need to know the history. You need to know the facts. You need to know statistics like how we do. You can't bring anything up because we know your GDP. We know when you guys got free, we know when you guys gained your independence. We know that you guys are relying on America for temporary protective status. I'm gonna be honest, since we're on the conversation, I thought they were a little bit too light on Frank Zunu. Even though they had Dave Anderson up there, that was a critique I had on YouTube. I said the fact that Frank Zuno has been going around denigrating our lineage, his entire platform, the fact that they brought him up there, and I get there's two hosts, so they didn't really do too much speaking. Fine, I'm fair, but they were still too light. There were still points in times where they kind of just brushed things under the rug or didn't go in the way they need to.
Yeah, we got to be careful with that. Even platform and tethers, we got to be careful with that because these tethers already like our attention. So they know that they can get monetized, get a little more clout or some attention or some money, get paid to get up there and spew a bunch of anti-black rhetoric. You know, we already got them on the internet talking about they strapping things to their chest and kaboomas. So I'm just saying, let's not give them any more room to get comfortable is all I'm saying,
That was a good point. Yep. All right. All right. Let's see. Were you finished? And then we're gonna move on. You made Amara.
Are we
You done?
winding down now,
Yeah.
Afro?
Yeah. We
Oh.
are. We're about to. After
Yes,
this, we're about to close
that's
it
what
out.
I wanted to come up here and say. I wanted to implore anyone who is in or around the New York area to email them. I don't know how the best way to get in contact with them. Hit them up on social media. Maybe invite them to Afro Elite's lives and some of these lives, so that way they can actually hear our talking points. And I would, I would really like to see one of us up there. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
I
I
agree.
agree. We need to start making that mandatory. It's not even like an option. Listen, put one of us up there to make sure because y'all not representing right. Y'all letting stuff slide being said
Yeah.
and then want to make it go rival. We ain't doing that. You guys not gonna make us look crazy because you want to go rival, get little coins here and there. So we need a mandatory somebody that know what they're talking about to kind of check it respectfully. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna be honest, y'all. If y'all gonna step in that lane, y'all better step in it right. Because if we not being represented, y'all letting them get their shit off, and then next thing you know, we got to do the correction after the fact. Now we on YouTube and we on TikTok and we doing all this correction after the fact.
After
When
we
in
got
real time, they
150,000
didn't do
views.
that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I feel it. Yeah,
Little damage is already done.
Can I speak before y'all go?
yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Peace, everybody. I just wanted to say I'm glad that you put this post up here today because it was disgusting when I saw it. And like BX said, she got a pass because it was all men because somebody should have checked her and they shouldn't even went through with that interview. It was very disrespectful for no reason. And when you speaking about Frank, the only part that matters is the last 10 minutes of that interview when he conceded and said that no, we'll never be able to be together because we have problems on our own continent where we can't even get together and we cannot even be united on the continent of Africa. So that's the only part that matters. I wanted to say that as a Black American, I get the luxury and the privilege to go see my 100-year-old cousin here in Texas tomorrow. And I definitely will be asking her questions and everything. She's my grandfather's first cousin. He was born in 1915. And she's 100 years old. Her, Mutt and Butch, her nickname is Mutt, short for mulatto. But I will be able to go speak to her and talk about our lineage and everything. And I just wanted to say that I am so tired of tethers coming up here, bringing up people's names like Malcolm X and somebody from Chicago did this and this and that without even knowing Black American history and the climate that these people had to survive in. Because there wasn't a big Caribbean scene back in the 20s and 30s and stuff. No matter how you were conceived, you were Black American. So I don't know why they just keep bringing up stuff like that. The other day, somebody said something about Malcolm X. Like, stop it, because y'all don't understand what the climate was. You don't want to even go into the history of how people had to survive back then, and then you want to try to in 2026 say, oh, a Caribbean person helped you go through this, or we invented this, or we did this, and Malcolm X was this, and Chicago was invented by this, without even knowing the history of what the people had to go through to survive. And I'm sure they weren't waving no flag around talking about I'm from here and I'm from there. They was Black American. So I just want people to stop doing that without doing your research and understanding of how people had to survive back in those days. They're always trying to take credit for everything that we've done. And it doesn't matter if we call ourselves the purple pants people. They gonna have a problem with it. They don't even know what it means. They just want to be a part of it, or if they can't be a part of it, they're gonna want to put it down or say, "Hey, why can't I be a part of the Purple Pants Club?" Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. So it doesn't matter if it's FBA. It don't matter if you're indigenous. If they can't be a part of it, they're gonna try to tear it down. That's all you have to do is pay attention. You don't know what it's about. You don't want to learn about what it's about. You don't want to hear what people are talking about it. You're just in opposition. So that means that you just the enemy anyway. Get over there on the other side of the fence. So that's all I wanted to say. If you ain't on our side, you on the other side of the fence. And that's only for safety, because we can't trust you. Period.
Yeah,
That's what I want to
that's
say.
what I thought. Yeah, that's true. Man, there's a lot of
Can I
people
jump
who
in?
still want to come up, but we do not have the time, y'all. We've been on here for like going on
Correct.
3 hours now, so we do not have the time,
So
y'all. We
I
gonna have to.
Correct.
We back, okay? We are back. We are back. We back. It's been a minute. TikTok tried to keep us down, but they can't. So we back. So we about to finish this up, and then we'll see y'all soon. Let's get to, I think, Uncle Tom's niece. Uncle Tom's niece. All right, Uncle Tom's niece. Go ahead.
Oh, that's
My whole thing is they keep gaslighting and trying to shame us by calling us divisive or hateful, but y'all showed us that y'all wasn't us and y'all didn't want shit to do with us unless y'all could benefit without benefiting us in return all of these years. So yeah, I am xenophobic. Yup, I'm divisive. No, I don't like you people. I don't care about you being legal or illegal. Immigration was only allowed in this country to undermine black people, because let's be real, we had enough labor in this country to build this country until black people said we weren't working for free no more. So all immigration was only implemented to undermine us. Let's be fucking real. So no, I don't accept you. I'm voting against you. I'm voting red in the elections. I'm supporting ICE. I will call ICE on you. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want your little weird children interacting with my kids. Since my children are such a problem, since y'all got so much vitriol against us, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm not spending no money in your business, and there's absolutely nothing you can say to me to change my mind. Now, I don't hate you people like y'all hate us. I don't want to strap nothing to my chest and hurt y'all. But what I do want y'all to do is go home. I want you to take your anchor babies with you. You know, we need to push whatever needs to be pushed to get these anchor babies, these first gens, is even more disrespectful than a little musty, little stanky onion roll smelling parents. And it's not just for one group. I want all of y'all together. That mean the South American immigrants, the European immigrants, but especially them little ashy foot invasive species we got over here eating the cats and the dogs. And I don't care what you call me. You could call me xenophobic. I will
Let's
put
be
it on a
careful now.
t-shirt
Let's
and
be
tattoo it on
careful.
my
Let's be
forehead.
careful. Let's be careful, because we just got back. You know, we got banned because they be tripping. So we got to be careful. I respect
That's
the
just what
passion
it
though.
is.
I got
I
you.
will be ghetto, yop. I'm a ghetto, ratchet, black American, yop. I swear all that. But guess what I can do? I can go to a grave, to a cemetery that has over 7 generations of family members buried in this soil. So whatever I have to do to protect this culture on this land that my ancestors built, I'm all for it. So what's up? Because that's all it is, man. This is ground. This is land that we have BLOOD, sweat and tears in this soil. We have ancestors that were strange fruit from these trees. We worked when we didn't want to. We worked when we didn't get paid to. We had our children snatched from our arms. Families separated in the same country on this same land, and you will not come to this country and disrespect my ancestors that are buried in this soil. I'm not for it. I'm tired of y'all. No, ain't no unity. I don't care about even the good ones. What Malcolm X say about the 10,000 snakes, there might be 1,000 snakes that don't want to bite me, but guess what? I got to treat all of y'all the same because it's been enough of y'all to show me that y'all are not safe in our spaces. It's enough of y'all to show me that we shouldn't welcome y'all. And I feel like integration was one of the worst things that ever happened to Black Americans. And then the Civil Rights Act afterwards, with all this DEI, all this inclusion and shit, was the second worst thing. Because we always did better when we was all that we had. Because let's be real, and I say it again, and I say it every day if I have to, the Great Depression was the Harlem Renaissance for Black people. We don't know how to go hungry. We ain't never starved. We've never starved. You've never seen a skinny, bony Black American.
That's
even in the old
Sister, you
slave
gotta
pictures.
land. No, you gotta land. You gotta land.
All right, I land. I'm gone, y'all. I'm gone. I've just been waiting an hour to talk.
I appreciate you. We got to go.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back soon.
For everybody who wants to contribute, I know that we're shutting down. Be sure to hit the follow button, the join button, so you could become a member of the fan club, and hit the all notification button so that you could get the invite if I forget to share it to y'all. Because there are some people who I share it to, and they usually come in. That way you could be a part of the conversation and don't have to wait. This is one topic that everybody wanted to chime in
Yeah,
on.
everybody. You know
Uncle
what?
Tom,
You know
please,
what we're
I'm
gonna
sorry
do.
for that.
I just took a screenshot of the people who are requesting, and I will have you, Uncle Tom's niece. I'll have you. Next time we have a conversation, y'all will get priority, and y'all will be the first people. If I see you guys again, y'all will be able to skip the line, so to speak. So even if you guys do come in late, or whatever the case, even if you come in late or whatever, we'll give you guys preferential treatment because you guys have been waiting. But we do. I mean, we've been on here for over 3 hours at this point, so we definitely
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was listening to y'all while I was at work like it was a radio show or something. And as soon as 8 o'clock came, when I was off, I hit request.
Absolutely. There's a lot on your mind.
I respect that. I
You was
respect
on
that.
though. You was on point. I ain't mad at you.
I respect that, and you was cooking. All right, but let me see. Haitian history guy. You've been waiting for a while, Haitian history guy.
Yeah, what's going on, Afro Elite? Yeah, I was gonna come up earlier. Uh, so I wanted to explain um, why that demographic continues to disrespect not only BLK Americans but everyone in the diaspora um, by itself, right? But in general, right? And the thing
Okay,
that
but you
people
got to
just
make it
don't,
quick because we wrapping
yeah,
it up. So
the thing that people just don't understand about Haitians in general is that they are antagonistic by trait, right? By the way their history has materialized and progressed, they are antagonistic by trait. So there is not going to be a stop to this, right? Um, their first constitution, I always tell them, people don't actually have that actually read it. Their first constitution tells them that they don't have any borders, right? So they hear them talk about Dessalines, 1805 Constitution. It's telling them that they don't have any borders. That's on Hispaniola and that's off of Hispaniola. So they have a natural, legal document that tells them to be encroaching on other people's history and property and land. They have no concept of it, right?
all
Number
right.
two, there is a saying on the island that we say, for three of them to agree on something, two of them have to be unalive. For
Oh
three of
damn.
them to agree on something, two of them have to be unalive. This is an actual saying that we have on the island. This is just how antagonistic they are. And three, I'll land on this. 1824 to 1826, African American or American freedmen left the United States and migrated to Haiti. You guys know the story. Today, population is down the Dominican Republic called the South Americas, right? They have last names
Okay.
like Willard, Williams, Sanders, etc. By 1824 to 1826, American freedmen migrated to Haiti. Now think about this for a moment.
They
13,000
were they
left.
freedmen?
Yes, they were freedmen from Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and I believe Boston
So
specifically.
they weren't escapees. They weren't runaways,
No, no,
right?
they were not runaways. No, no,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Okay, go ahead.
So 13,000 left, right? Going to the first free black nation. First free black nation, right? Keep on telling you this. 13,000 left. Majority of them return. Think about that. Think about that for a moment. You go to
Mm.
the first free black nation and you decide to return to a country that has chattel slavery, risking being re-enslaved upon re-entering, right? Very real possibility. They don't tell you why. Frequent clashes with their culture, their customs, their language, but most importantly, forced labor. Forced labor. So what was the rule of the time? They condemned people to plantations, and also they decreed anybody who had children, they would be condemned to plantations as well. What does that sound like?
Oh, that's slavery.
That's slavery, right? This
Yeah.
is what happened. This is
Mm.
what happened. My first post, I'm not new to this TikTok and making posts. My first post is highlighting that, and it's all documented. And so, anybody want that information, they can just holler at me, and
Now,
I give it to them.
for the
But
sake
this
of
is,
time,
yeah,
for the sake of time, let me just, first off, that's interesting that you brought it up, and I appreciate you bringing it up. I appreciate your patience bringing it up. I'm gonna say, the whole Haitians, if in order for three of them to agree to, got to be unalive. That's interesting
that's correct.
because when we had this conversation, you had a couple of Haitians come up talk about unity.
No,
All
they
right,
so they
and what
extend.
we were
My bad.
saying
I'll
is
stop.
that there is no unity, and this is a topic and a point we've been making because we know. I mean, you brought it up. You brought up a saying that they have. This is a
That's
part
a
of their
fact.
culture. Their culture is not of unification. Their culture is not to get along. Their culture is not to compromise. Their culture is to get their way all the time,
Exactly.
in spite of other people. Okay. And that's just confirmation. Now, here's the thing. If you say that culturally that they've been taught not to get along and not to pretty much be rambunctious, I probably wouldn't disagree with that. However, that's not going to be our problem. Just because it's their culture not to respect people don't mean it got to be our problem to deal with it. If it's their culture and if it's something they can't help, if they can't help it because it's their culture, then they just got to go. It's not our responsibility to fix them. I'm not saying you saying that, but I'm just making a point as to a conversation I had earlier. It's not our responsibility. So all of the people coming up there talking about some, well, unity and we got to unify and unify. What was that one dude? Xenophobia ain't even that bad, or not xenophobia. What'd he say?
Tribalism.
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 Tribalism not even that bad. And y'all say y'all can't get along without other people not being alive.
Say something before y'all
Yeah.
drop. Just hearing this right here, and you just hearing this culture and seeing other people's cultures coming from other places and how unruly they are. And then just imagine y'all bring, and I'm not saying y'all because I don't know what you are or whatever. I don't see you're a historian, but y'all bring that over here and possibly carry it out with the scamming, the unaliving, whatever. And then it gets blamed on us. Can you imagine? Like, this is what's been going on the whole time because this is not our culture. This is not us. And so imagine in the news, they of course they're going to put Black American, and that's not even us.
And I just want to say one
Like,
more thing. I'm
it's
gonna
just
drop.
crazy to me. And then I mean,
Say,
this year, just this year, last year is like I'm realizing it. Like, that's why our stats are so high. They talking about y'all
okay,
13%
well, hold on.
doing all that. But
Let's let him
yeah,
say that
I
because I
I
want
just
to
wanted
ask
to
this
say that.
question.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say one more thing. So just today there was a former North Miami Haitian North Miami mayor who was indicted.
Okay.
He's getting his naturalization revoked, right? Because they found out that he's here illegally and he used falsified documents to stay here, right? And
Uh-huh.
I've been telling the DOS specifically, this population, look, you guys don't get it, right? Because the DOS and NGOs are two separate entities, right? Sometimes they work together in country, but they're two separate entities a lot of time. As of 2020, Haiti specifically, 25 to 30% of their people did not have birth certificates, right? 25 to 30% of their people did not have birth certificates per their own government, right? Every document that they produce to get over here in any manner or form should be scrutinized. They are masters at falsifying documents. Whatever name, and I always say this, there's roughly 3 million Dominicans in the United States right now. I would say really there's probably 1.7 million, meaning the rest are that demographic with fake falsified documents. I guarantee you that is the case. People really don't understand this
Damn.
population, the level of failure the nation is, the level of failure the just system is in that country specifically. Um, it's a dumpster fire. I can't stress to you guys enough. And you guys, and I'm so happy this is it's finally coming out because I've been ringing the bell for a while. Just like, look, everybody else, you got Jamaicans, whatever, got it. Nigerians got it. They have their issues. There's some saving there. They're salvageable there. This population, no, not possible.
So let me ask you this question. But before I do, if y'all could all, we so close to 300,000. We are very close. Everybody, if everybody right now, we still got 300 people in here. Tap the screen. Mass tap the screen and we're going to get there. Let me ask you this question. At this point in time, is there any hope for Haiti? And if there is, and Haitian people, what do they need to do? In your opinion, in your honest opinion.
No, it's not. It's not possible. Two reasons. So you got top 10 brain drains, right? That's a metric where basically the most educated of your personnel are outside of your country, right? Jamaica's number two for reference. But this is the interesting part. Jamaica's actually a cohesive unity, a unified identity, right? The people are unified in their identity as a people, right? But they're number two in brain drain. Most of them are in Canada and the United Kingdom. They're not here in the United States. They have some in the United States that are pretty decent, but for the most part, they're in Canada and UK.
Oh,
Haiti
well,
is yeah, Haiti is number
well,
nine. Yeah, Haiti is number nine on that list, right? With the top 10 brain drain. So that means most of their best and brightest are here in the United States. But then when you look at failed state metrics, failed state index, they are number two. Who's number one? Somali. Somali and Haiti, the same people. They're literally the same people. And I'm gonna say this, it's probably gonna go over your head. They both have cultural identities incompatible with recorded history. I'm gonna repeat that. They both have cultural identities incompatible with repeated history. Meaning, Somalis will tell you, for instance, that they are not Arabs. They say this all the time, right? The word Somali, the etymology of that word, is literally stating that Somali is the descendant of Muhammad. So on one hand, you say you predate Arabs, you're not Arab, but then on the other hand, your ethnonym is literally stating you're a descendant of Muhammad. So yeah, they
Wow.
have a cultural identity that is incompatible with recorded history. Haitians are the same way,
well,
and their pre revolution culture and the schisms that existed there were never corrected. So that's why you have the saying for three of them to agree on, for one of them to, for three of them to agree on something, two of them have to be unalived. They never corrected that. They just became Haitian overnight, but they were never Haitian. They were they were Congo, they were Fawn, they were E. Like these are all identities because 1791, let's take 1791. 2/3 of that population when the Haitian Revolution began were born in Africa. Think about that for a moment. 2/3 were born in Africa. 2/3 of that population was born in Africa. They never became a cohesive identity only under revolution. And then immediately following, their independence in quotation marks, they unalived, of course, they unalived their leader. They split that tiny part of the island that you can see. They split that in three autonomous governments. So think about that. Look at the map right now. You can see it. They had three autonomous governments there. Northern Kingdom, Southern Republic, and a defunct uh, republic in Las Cayas on the peninsula. So this is their history. This is their history, and a lot of people don't truly grasp it. I talk to them all the time. They don't truly grasp it. And another thing, you're talking to one lady. That's when I kind of overheard you talking to one lady. They don't understand English. That's something you'll notice. They'll speak it. You'll talk to them. You'll have a conversation with them. They'll speak to you. You'll think you're going back and forth, but they do not understand the context of English when you talk to them, especially if they speak Creole. I might know that.
Thank you. I know we gotta go.
Okay.
Apple.
Yeah, we do. Yes. All right.
You gotta have that brother come back, and he
Yeah,
better
yeah.
come
He
Yeah,
has
back.
to come
definitely come
back.
back.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you.
No. Thanks for the platform. Follow most of the panel. Shout out to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right. All right. Okay. ZZ, any final words? We're gonna get to
Final
every.
words. Just right quick, is all the girls on this screen Haitian? Because I know that first one is the one beside
No,
her is.
no. The bottom two are African.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I got you. Yeah, because I remember this too. I know distinctively hearing that girl up top saying she was Haitian. I just remember that. Yeah, egregious. I didn't realize we was getting all the smoke. You know, we was worried about the Brits, we was worried about them Africans, worried about some of them Jamaican, them Caribbeans, or Jamaicans specifically, and some of the other ones. But Haitians, I don't know. I feel like we ain't really had too many conversations talking about their anti-blackness. So this was an interesting, especially having the last brother come up here and drop those little gems right here at the end. But yeah, we have to be careful of this because these first gens are very dangerous. You know, we can sit here and act like it's a ha and kiki all we want, or it's just a troll. But some of these people are getting too comfortable. Okay, just like I said, that lady with that video talking about kabooming us, or even that movie with them people talking, them Jamaicans trying to eat us. It's getting real uncomfortable. Okay, and we don't not want these people getting to a place where they feel like they can really get out here and start trying to harm or unalive any Black Americans because they feel like they can replace us. They feel like this is actually they can destiny swap with us with enough of us and just replace us as a lineage. So yeah, we have to be careful. All right, these people are dangerous. All right, and they're hella anti-black, and we got to check that and point them out every time. And don't be platforming these people for no damn reason. We can't platform every damn tether, especially if they all saying the same shit. After a while, I'm just saying it gets unproductive. So yeah, just be careful. I ain't rocking with that with the first chance. But shout out to the panel, shout out to the chat. Thank you for the gifts.
All right. All right. Y'all make sure y'all follow. Y'all make sure y'all like. Y'all make sure y'all go to For the Culture on YouTube. That's where the playback of this is going to be. Yo, like some people in the chat were like, man, I wish this was recorded. It is. It is recorded and it will be on YouTube. For the Culture. Go to For the Culture, subscribe. Y'all get to listen to the playback of this, the great podcast we just had, all of this stuff. Go to For the Culture. All right. And y'all follow so that way y'all won't miss out on the next one. Okay, okie doke. All right. One thing about Black Brits too, he came up and he really inserted himself in the conversation. Nobody, y'all think about us
Don't they
all the
always
time.
do
I'm
that?
like, no, nobody really brings y'all up.
They
Like, why do
always
you
do
always
that.
mess with me? Nobody's thinking about, but okay, let me not do that. Let me not roast them before.
All right, Lord.
Yeah, they're
Black
the
Brits.
least thought about out of all of the tethers. They're the least thought about, but okay,
Literally,
okay,
every time I can't think of a time when we wasn't talking about them when they didn't initiate the conversation.
yeah.
They didn't put themselves at the center or something. So yeah, they love our attention though. They do.
BX, can you close us out, please? Or foundational. You got anything to say?
Yeah, no, I'm real quick. So that's the thing, and the quiet majority. Shout out to the history guy, Haitian history guy. He is part of the quiet majority, but he wasn't quiet. He stood up and stepped in front and let it be known and told the truth. If we had more of the quiet majority that sit back, do that, and check their loud minority, we won't have to say nothing. We kind of twiddle our fingers and we won't say nothing. See, notice that everyone is responding to our response. See, that's what the quiet majority do. They sit back in the bushes and wait until we respond. And then want to come out, wait, nigga, don't talk about right. And now they want to come and tell us not to respond a certain type of way and come with the boogeyman names of hatred, xenophobia, jealousy. I haven't seen no videos of anybody saying, you know what, as a Haitian, as an insert country, America, that's wrong. I haven't seen nobody made a video about the island movie with the Jamaicans eating Black American and say, you know what, as a Jamaican, this is wrong. Every time they do degenerate things, I don't see them stepping up. But the moment we respond to things is when now they want to come out the bushes to say something on at our response and want to check our response. That's the problem. So if more of the quiet majority come out and start stepping in front, guess what? There's no quote unquote diaspora wars. Although y'all not our diaspora, but there would never be any of these quote unquote war, which is not wars. It's really us checking the degeneracy that y'all say and do online. Right. And so I'm gonna keep that real short and sweet. I appreciate your lot as always, Afro. Thank you so much for having me up. It's always an honor to be up here. I appreciate y'all. ZZ, always a pleasure. Sorry we keep bumping heads up here with the. I apologize. BX, always a pleasure too, and the rest of the panel. Much love to y'all.
Yeah,
Peace.
that's indeed.
So, Afro, I really don't want to ask this question, but I did hear you say you were back. We're back. So, since we're back, when is the next time you will be coming live
I
on
know you
TikTok?
missed asking me that question. I know you
No,
did.
not really. Everybody's getting on my nerves. It's very
I
crowded in here.
yeah.
And I really had to get like New York ugly on some people because they
Uh,
just be lying on me.
okay.
Hmm.
Well, definitely this weekend. Definitely
Okay.
this weekend. So we'll be back this. I can't. I don't want to give a set time and then have to change that. So I'll talk to you in the back channel about that. But definitely this weekend.
I always say thank you for that, Afro Lee. I always say that I'm gonna get a pen and paper so that I could just, go over some points. But I just want to say this: the Caribbean has a diaspora. The Africans, they say we are part of their diaspora. We're not. I argue that we have our own diaspora, the Black diaspora or Black Americans, since everybody's trying to appropriate our ethnonym, the way we identify in our culture, right? And so when the Haitian history guy came up and brought up Semana, I do know about Semana, and I know the last names are similar to ours, and they get into fields like track. They get into fields like baseball. So we have that type of people in our diaspora. However, the only ones that bother us are those daggone Liberians, and we don't even know if they ours, because the Caribbean went there too. So I just want to say this. They exhibit xenophobia. Meanwhile, they're all up in our culture. That Haitian wouldn't look like anything like that. She wouldn't look clean, right? I'm right. If she wasn't over here soaking up our essence, especially in New York. Black Americans are documented in New York as early as the 1600s, right? And so we built a culture there before they started migrating here about 300 years later. We didn't need them to be clean. We didn't need them for music. We didn't need them for the way we praise. We had a history of church, music, family time. We had all Black towns here. We did that, not them Haitians. So for them to come here and say that we're dirty, but they fighting harder to be in our areas on our podcast, doing everything that we do while talking like us and putting us down, we raised these niggas. You get me? And here it is, they are rebelling against the parents. And so, as Amara said, we do need people on that podcast who could drive home the point because they need to be spanked. And so, here, and lyrically, like really need to be spanked verbally. But Afro, don't I always say that like people like Joe Buttons and stuff can never drive home a point because they may not really understand or may have sponsors? So I know where the problem lies, but who's going to step up to the plate? And will they even allow us to do that? Because now that I know they're red pill, then they may like that shit anyway. It's
Well,
for ratings.
I mean, the stuff is for ratings, but one thing I will give them credit on is that they did have Dave come there and check them.
Yeah,
Dave came there. So
he seen them.
I mean, I've seen them. They've kind of pushed back against Dr. Umar when Dr. Umar said that, Black American men don't deserve as much respect as African men.
Yeah, they did.
I've seen, so, I got
I
hope
mean, with
for
the
him. I do got hope for
woman.
him. They brought Tariq on there and they, also, and they've had Reza, I think, if I'm
Yeah,
not
they have
mistaken,
reason.
So who are
they've
we
had
talking
Reza on
about?
there. So, they
Joe
my thing
Budden?
is, if they want to make the transition, they got to do it all the way. That
Okay,
means
so
if they,
what podcast though, Afro? Because I mentioned Joe Button can't really drive
well,
home
not
the
Joe
point.
Button, not Joe Button. I'm
Okay.
talking about the Daily Wrap Up crew.
Okay, gotcha.
Um,
All right, but they need a foundational Black American woman in there. I think that's why
That
they
key they
do that.
do. They do,
Huh?
Diva. Yeah, I said they
They
do. I
need a
agree.
foundational
Yeah.
Black American woman on that panel. I nominate Love Jones. She's in New York. She's in Brooklyn. She is foundational, right? Um, but whoever wants to take the lead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's that right there.
let's reach out to him. Let's see if we can set that up. You know what I'm saying? That'd be
I gotta
good.
ask the nominee first, though.
I mean, yeah, she
I'm
would
just
have to do that,
volunteering.
but you know what I'm saying? She would have to
Volunteering,
agree. But yeah, that would be a good interview.
Yeah.
That would be
But that's
nice.
all I want to say. We have our
Mhm.
own diaspora. We our own people, and if they're in places like New York, Florida, or Washington, wherever they at, from all roads lead to FBA. We raised them, and you can tell that by the way they talk, the way they wear their hair, and the way they even dress. They don't look as good as us in that aesthetic, but they are wearing our aesthetics and using our
Yeah,
vernacular. So they need a spanking. They need some straightening, verbally, of course. And
of
I'm
course.
totally here to produce it. I like to produce stuff.
All right. All right. Family, you all have a good rest of y'all night. We will see you all this weekend. Y'all make sure y'all go to For the Culture on YouTube. All right? Go to For the Culture on YouTube. And y'all follow so that way y'all can be here for the next time we go live. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Peace to the family. Shout out to every single last one of y'all. Y'all have a good night.